we are going to start this live stream off by milking our goat, and then we're going to do a little bit of other stuff. We got to bring food out to the pigs. We need to take care of the rabbits, and then we need to do some fishing. We actually were already out fishing this morning, and we caught two walleye. And so, as soon as we are done milking the goat, we will get back out there. We had to take a quick break to get these animal chores done. And we're gonna get right back into it. If you're watching the replay, make sure to drop some comments down below if there's anything you see that you like. And anyone who's joining us live, welcome back to another live stream on the homestead. If you're just tuning in now, you are gonna see kind of a goat's butt here. We're gonna adjust the camera angle so we can see what we're doing. We are milking the goat. So we're just getting everything set up here. Get this started. And then, okay. So the first thing to do, hello, let's see if she knocks my phone over while we do this. Oh, I can't quite see you guys there. I'll just put this here in such a way that I can see you guys while I grab, or better yet, so you can see me. We'll just go over here. Sorry, trying to figure this out. I'm just out here milking a goat. I was doing some fishing a little bit this morning. Oh boy. We caught two walleye right off the hop, right off my dock. So I've got them out on a stringer, but I had to take a break here to get these animal chores done. So we'll do the animal chores, and then we will jump right into it. If you guys have anything you guys want to say or ask, feel free to ask. Gotta figure out the best way to set you guys up so you can see what I'm doing. Let's change the angle around so you guys can kind of see what's going on. Okay, there we go. Poor girl, you're being shown off for everyone. This is how you milk a goat, friends. It's If you guys have any questions about what you're seeing, feel free to ask. We're milking the goat. We got her in the milking stand. We get, I don't know, maybe a little over a liter a day off of her. No, you ruined my pail. Well, this one's not gonna be for eating now because her foot went in it. But we still gotta do it. I don't think I'm gonna stop to wash it. Like, we're just gonna relieve her partially, and we'll milk her again later because she just ruined it. That is the joys of doing something on live stream. It doesn't always go smooth. So what I do is I've got betadine here. And this is the same stuff they use in the hospital. If you're, same stuff they use in a hospital if you have an injury to clean the wound. It's an antiseptic. The only problem with it is if your goat then puts a foot in the milk is ruined. But I'm doing this more for her right now. I need to relieve some pressure. We'll come back and milk her proper later. So we'll just let some of the milk out. Buy us some time. This milk is gonna be for the pigs now. Systemic, how you doing? Sticky heels, hi. The hell you got going on? We're milking a goat right now. This is a goat. These are her udders, and we're milking her. But she put her foot in it, so we gotta scrap it. So we're just gonna let some of the milk out, and we'll come back and we'll milk her proper again later once her supply's back up. We're gonna feed this milk to the pigs. Because she put her foot in it, this is now turned into pig food. But that's okay. This is definitely a benefit of homesteading. Getting free food, free milk, taking care of the animals, spend time with them. This process is really not that hard. All I'm doing is I'm grabbing up higher on the udder, squeeze, gentle pull down, and then just squeezing my fingers shut. If you just grab, there's nothing there. Just squeeze the milk, and if you alternate, it gives time for it to rejuvenate. How do you see the cow? Are you watching the chat? So this is actually a goat. We're milking a goat right now. And I've got the phone right in front of my face. So I can see the chat doing it this way. We're not going to get too much more than this because, like I said, what happened, she got her foot in it. And let's just balance her out. Okay. I'll give her a break. I'll feed that to the... Does the goat like it a little or a lot? She's not too upset by it. She's good. You're free to go. You're free to go, girl. Daniel, how you doing? Hi, guys. So, what we're doing on this live stream is we are just taking care of some of these animal chores. Because this goat is a Nubian dwarf, a Nigerian dwarf Nubian mix, she has a ton of milk. And so if you don't milk her regularly, no, you don't have to cut the horns. Well, okay, let's talk about horns. First, if you don't milk her regularly, she'll get masticized, whatever. The udders will get blocked ducts, and it causes pain. So we milk her regularly for her relief and obviously for our milk supply. We're going to set the betadine and my water bowl up there. The problem was I wasn't paying attention and I let her foot get in it. So I didn't do a full milk. Normally you would milk until they're done. But she put her foot in my bowl. So now I got to sterilize and rewash everything. So we're just going to feed this milk to the pigs. And we'll give her a break. Do you have cows? Yes, I have one cow out in the field right now. I had two, but I had to eat one. And I'm getting 3 more in the fall. So yeah, we do breed all the animals here as well. 1 second. I'll show you the cow in a second. Let me just grab my slop bucket for the pigs because, like I said, I ruined this batch of milk. So I got to put this milk in with the pigs. Slop. So goat milk in with the pig slop. And we'll put the bowl inside. We got to come back and wash. Actually, here. We'll wash this right away. These are the remotes to my kids' boats. I live on a lake. So I actually caught 2 walleye this morning. I have them on a stringer while my kids were playing with their RC boats. Give me a second. Coming over to the sink. Just give that a little rinse-ski. We'll give it a proper wash when we come back in. Tyree says Jesus loves you. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I gotta catch up with your chat. You guys are bumping. If I miss anything you're saying, just say it again. While I'm doing chores, I try to read all the chat here, but sometimes it's hard to keep up. So, I got the cows, I got the goats, I got rabbits. We got to check the rabbit food and rabbit water. That's a hard task when the goats are out and about. The goats love trying to sneak in and eat the rabbit food. And why eat them? Well, like all things, every animal is food. These guys, there's actually only this guy who's either going to be sold, traded, or butchered. The rest of these are all girls. That's the dad right there. And Bast, I'm keeping him as a friend for the dad. So really, the goats are here for milk, not for food. The rabbits, these are our breeders. This one actually has babies in here. Where's your nest? There are some babies right there. Hey, the goat's got to stay out. We got some baby bunnies. So that's the babies. Do you have chickens? No, I do ducks actually. I don't have any ducks right now. My last year's supply of ducks were almost all males, and the couple layers I had ended up getting picked off by a fox at the end of the winter. This is their house. I built them a beautiful house. I built them a log cabin style house. Don't mind that piece of screen that's hanging. I gotta fix that, but unfortunately a fox got in there. Gabby! Hey, here's Gabby coming to say hi. Hi, Gabby. I didn't know if you're out in the fields. Oh, hello. Hello, big puppy. Hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hello. This is Gabby. She is a black Angus cow. Unfortunately, I had to eat her counterpart, Buddy, my bull. Don't mind the barn. It was a rebuild. I tore it off of another property and I'm rebuilding it, so I got to rip all the siding down and do good siding. Let's check on the other rabbits here. We'll check their water. But yeah, Buddy got aggressive with me, started running me down in the fields, and so I ate him. Okay, we are just checking on the other rabbits. Hi, bunnies. You need more food. You're out of food there. Your water is okay right now. I'll change it later. You guys still have food. You guys need more water. Okay, we gotta do food and water for these guys. We might as well do all the food and water. Okay. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of you. If I miss anything you say, just repeat it again in the chat and I will make sure that I try to catch it the second time around. Yeah, so this morning I went out fishing with my boys, and so we caught 2 walleye, 2 pickerel, 2 walleye. So we got 2 fish on the stringer. So once we're done tidying up these chores, we're gonna get back out there and we're gonna try to catch ourselves a few more. We're gonna grab our bucket. Gabby's gonna try to eat me and the food. All the goats are gonna wanna come. Come on, guys. Come on, goaties. Everyone in. Everyone in. The goats are pretty well free range. I don't try to keep them in. And Sticky Heel says, I've got 7 cows with bunnies, dog, cats. Nice, nice. And Gretchen says, hi, hello. Freshly wild. We can share, my friend. How you doing, man? You guys having a good time? I've got this automatic water. You know what, this time of year, oh, I got so much yard work to do, so much cleaning, so much shutting. In the fall, I added a new water line here and I added this automatic waterer, but the ground is settled. I've still got to finish laying it out. I got the loader there. That's today's chores. Today we're going to be doing some earthwork. I got a couple loads of gravel, soil. We're going to be taking care of that. But having the automatic waterer is handy dandy. That way I don't have to lug the hose around in the barn area. So I have a sump pump here. Put the tripod out. Got a sump pump and a hose. We're just gonna fill our bucket from here. Oh no! My goat just knocked you over. My goat just sent you guys flying. One of my goats said, nah, I want to see what's going on here. Okay. Oh boy, we are just a hot mess right now. Bear with me, guys. Gotta get the hose screwed on proper. I don't know why it was taken off. People do weird things on the homestead when I'm not looking. So, bear with me. I want to fill this bucket so I can give the rabbits some fresh water. Then I got to go get them some fresh food. Nice. Nice. That's pretty good there. Goats, stop knocking over the thing. There's a couple ants in here we're gonna get rid of. Ugh. We don't need to feed the rabbits ants. Why are there ants in my bucket? Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Bye, Sticky. Take care. Thanks for the sub. And yes, the goats are happy, although they're gonna... Everything is hard to do while holding a tripod, because the goats are gonna want in here, and I don't want the goats in here. Oh, now, out of my way, goat. I want to take care of the rabbits without having to deal with goats. Oh, we got one in. We let one in, that's okay. Evie's a little sweetheart. She doesn't get into too much trouble. Plus, she's still small, so I can kind of manage her. Gretchen, the wife and kids went out to a birthday party. So they left me home to do the animal chores. And of course, if I'm gonna do animal chores, I'm gonna chat with you guys. So, this one doesn't need water, it's just the other one. This one needs food, that one needs water. So we'll trade around. Look out, girl, look out. Look out, you're in my way. We got a platform to set you down. So yeah, my wife is out with the kids at a birthday party. They'll be gone for a few hours. Okay. Let me give you guys some fresh water. Oh boy. Okay, here you go. Oh, there you guys go. We only spilled a little. We only spilled a little. No, no, don't come out, guys. Don't come out. I don't want all the rabbits out. Oh. Nothing is ever that easy. Okay, now we're gonna take the rest of the water we did. We're gonna use that to top up the other rabbits' water, the breeders. And then we gotta do their food. Come on out, Evie. Come on out. Evie, you're gonna get locked in. Hey, 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 come here. Ah! Come on, Evie. Okay, I'm locking you in. I'll let you out later. She doesn't want to come. It is what it is. I'll let her out when I bring them food. Okay, goats. Let me do my chores in a little bit of peace for a second. I don't keep the goats fenced in. They are free range. The cow is fenced in. The goats can sneak around. And I'm sure they will once they realize that we're hanging out with the rabbits, because they like to try to eat their food. So, let's just sneak around for a second. We got to top up all their waters. Let's check out the babies again while I'm doing the water. Hey, Mama. There are some fresh babies, and Mama's right here. Okay, you just undo your water. You got lots of food. Nope, stay in, Mama. Stay in. I don't want to have to go chasing you. Stay in. I'm actually allergic to the rabbits, and so touching her and all this actually breaks me out in hives. So it is what it is. Guys, someone drop a chat in the comments so I make sure I didn't disconnect in and out of my Wi-Fi here. I see I got a lot of people watching, but I don't see any talking. Someone talk to me. Someone say hello. I want to hear a hello. There we go. Bettina says hi. Okay, so you can still hear me. That's good. There's some water, girl. These are the babies in the back. We got a nice looking blonde one right there. Can you guys see the baby rabbits? They're about I want to say these guys are about a week old. Those rabbits are about 1 week old. Okay, let's lock this up. There. Okay, now we gotta do the next rabbit's water. It's not empty, but it might as well top them all up. So, I'll do this rabbit. Did you have any babies? You never, no, you're the boy, you're the dad. You better not have any babies in there. I tried to breed both my female rabbits at the same day, but it looks like only one of them took, the other didn't. And I didn't try again, I only tried the one day. So we got one litter of babies. I don't think we got the second one. We're gonna take a look right now, but it looks like we didn't. So we were only successful on the one. Okay. After this, after I get the food for the rabbits, we are going to go deal with the pigs. Now, once we have given the pigs their food, we're gonna go do some fishing. So animal chores first, fishing second. Did you have any babies in here? No, I don't think so. I don't think you took. I don't think you took. That's okay. You still got lots of water and food. Okay, we are good there. Ajas, I don't know what you're saying, but that sounds like a trap. I ain't reading it out loud because it sounds like a trap. I generally try to ignore the ones that ask me, have you ever heard of, or have you ever said, or can you say? Because usually it says something inappropriate, either forward or backwards. And I ain't getting caught in a reverse trap. Okay, we gotta go grab our bucket. Oh, Gabi, you want some treats? I'll give you treats. Give me a second to get the bucket. Hilas, hello, how you doing, friend? Okay. Okay. We're gonna give the animals some grain before we do the rabbit food, just to distract them, give them a treat. And then we're gonna go check out the pigs. So bear with me, I'm gonna get some grain for the cows and goats, and then we're gonna go see the pigs. So if we bump off in here, turn the light on, set you guys down over here. And I guess I'll use this bucket. That'll work. Just gonna scoop up some. Ah! Tripping. We're tripping. We're falling on our face. This is oats and corn. And so we're gonna give this to the goats and cow, and they're gonna keep a little busy for a second. They are waiting for us just on the other side of this door. We'll do a big grand reveal. Oh boy, except we ain't green screening. We don't need to green screen because they're actually here for real. Hello everyone. Hello cow. Right here guys. Right here. Go enjoy. You guys do that. And now we're gonna grab some rabbit food. And we're gonna go feed the rabbits. I need to get the rabbit tractor set back up. That way I don't have to deal with the cows and goats chasing me. Okay, I'll turn the light off behind us. Okay, out to the rabbits, back to the rabbits one more time. I think Mama with the babies needed more food. And the other two looked okay. Where did I put my latch? Where did I put my door latch? Right here. Anyone have any questions, concerns, plans for the weekend? Everyone having a good time? I hope you guys are all taking good care of yourselves, having a good day. You know what? Pregnant Mama has food. We're just gonna give Daddy some food and maybe that one. Mama has a good amount of food there, so that's good. Don't have to worry about her. We're actually, yeah, we'll stay on the... I should have brought the scoop out with me. So what ends up happening is I drop some while I do this, and then the goats come over here and they start harassing the rabbits because they want the food. That's my bad. Here, Mama. Let's get some of that straw and fluff out of your food and top it up. There you go. Have some food. Okay, we're gonna go see the other ones here right away and go give them their food. Do you have any baby bunnies in the winter or summer with your rabbits? Right here. Come on, tripod. There we go. There you guys go. Some baby bunny action right there. I generally try not to breed the rabbits in the winter just because it's so cold. But yeah, I live in northern Canada, and up here in northern Canada, it gets up to minus 50 Fahrenheit. Like, it gets stupid cold. Like, the rabbits, the adult rabbits are fine. They're in a barn and stuff, and they're in enclosures with lots of straw. But the babies don't do so well in that temperature. So I do not breed them in the winter. And then I actually breed them a little slower than most people. So a lot of people will breed them back to back to back. Like, as soon as they have the babies, they'd put the dads with them again. I like to give them about a month. There's two reasons I do that. One, if I give it a month before, that means the babies that they have are gonna be closer to butcher age, and I don't need to worry about having overlap of bunnies. Like right now, these guys are due for butcher next week. I have traded and sold a bunch. You come on up, come on up. I trapped a goat in here. No. I want you out, I want you out. No, I don't want to. Fine. I gotta, no. Okay, I don't want you in here, Evie, because I want to feed the rabbits in peace. Say hello. Oh, don't horn me. Okay, you stay out here. Okay. Oh, second diners, dinners, howdy from Northern Canada. Okay, sit you guys down for a second. So are rabbits a food source? Yes. We certainly don't milk the rabbits, so the only food source they provide is meat. But they're a really good source of meat. Normally I'd have them out in the lawn with their rabbit tractor. I just haven't pulled it out yet, so I'm just giving them pellets. So it's a little more expensive to feed them this way. It's alfalfa pellets. They could just be eating grass, but I just haven't got around to getting them out there yet. So that's on me, that's my fault. But I have them in a pretty big enclosure here, the grow out. I call this the grow out. I got 2 of them. We shall see if any bunnies say hello. I want to give you guys some food. Oh, don't come out of here though. I don't want you out. There you go. You go back in. You go back in, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, yes, the goats are adorable. The goats, we keep them around for breeding and for meat. Or, sorry, for milk. Surplus boys do end up turning into meat, but I only have 1 surplus boy right now. The rest are all girls. I got 6 female goats, 5 female goats, 3 males. 1 is my breeder. The other one is, it's called a wether. I've castrated him, so he doesn't have his breeding capabilities, but he's going to be a companion animal so that he can hang out with the other goat when I separate them out. Right now I'm letting them breed. That'll give us babies in October. And then I got to separate him so that we don't end up with babies over the winter. It's just too cold. Okay, we're going to top up these guys' feed. Their food's not bad because it's a bigger food dish, but we might as well top it up because we're here. Okay, bunnies, stay in, stay in. Ugh. Unfortunately, I'm not able to handle the rabbits as well as I can the goats and stuff, like as far as picking them up and just showing them some pets and appreciation. I'm allergic to rabbits. I break out in hives, so I kind of got to do the bare minimum and get out of there. My wife normally handles them. These guys, they're my responsibility here. We're gonna go see the pigs now. We are ready for pig time. And did you get a veterinarian for the castration? No, I just banded it. I just did it myself. Where I live up here in Northern Canada, hey. Come on, you stay in, you stay in. Evie here is my little lap dog. Right here. She's a little puppy. She wants to follow me. She wants to jump up on my chair. Like she's a puppy. Thank you, Sup. Let's go see them piggies. Do I want to bring that bucket? I think I do. I want to bring this bucket so I can give them some fresh water. So we are gonna go see the pigs, give them food, give them water, and then we're gonna go do some fishing. Fishing has been requested on the live stream time and time again. I caught 2 walleye this morning. I have them on a stringer, and so why not? Let's go do some fishing, see if we can get 2 more fish. But we got to get our slot bucket. Lily! Well, Lily got into the slot bucket because I wasn't very responsible, and Lily! She's also a muddy mess right now because she came swimming earlier. What I did is when I was, I gotta clean this up. Hello from Ireland. Hello, David. How you doing? When I went out with the boys, what I did is my one son got a couple RC boats, remote control boats for his birthday. And so I took him out on the water and took him out playing with the boats, and Lily was having a blast chasing the boats. So she had a nice little swim, but then she's more pig than dog, immediately come rolling in the mud. So she is a dirty girl who ate a bunch of my pig slop and made it very difficult for me to get it. Okay, some mangoes for the pigs. Mangoes, water, and hog food. And you wouldn't catch fish in a barrel. I wouldn't. I got 2 on a stringer. I'm going to show you. Give me 5 minutes here and I'm gonna show you. We got 2 fish. I caught them. I did. Here's the view, just so you guys are aware of what we're dealing with. Well, bam. I've even got the fishing rod net still down there. Welcome to the farm. For anyone just joining, I call my property White Pines Homestead because I got 2 giant white pines right there. Where I live up here in Northern Canada, they're a protected tree. They stand out in a crowd. They're a beautiful tree. So welcome to White Pines Homestead. We are tuning into my wildlife. For those of you who don't normally join us, I've got a homestead. I live off grid. I've got a wife and 5 beautiful kids, all boys. It's an army. And oh, we got a, 1 second guys. I gotta send a text. 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. Let's pause that video. Okay guys, let me know if you can hear me. Are we back? I had to send a text off quick. Just a work thing. So got that handled. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. What I was saying, I've got pigs, I got goats, I got cows. We do ducks, rabbits, a little bit of everything. We've got the fishing. Yeah. So the pigs, as long as they didn't break out, there they are. Hello, I got some water for you. They like knocking their water over to make mud. It's like, it's their thing. They drink it, and when they're done with drinking it, they knock it over. Let's give them some water. Gotta give you guys more than that. You're gonna knock that over. But let's go get some water from the lake. In due time, I will make this process a little bit easier for myself. Right now, I'm just walking down to the lake. And you have one scraggly looking beard. Yeah, I didn't do anything with it today. This is basically straight up bedhead beard. I'm not one of those streamers that is all about vanity. I don't really care how I look per se. So yes, the beard is scraggly right now. If I brushed it and put some beard balm in it, made myself look pretty, then sure. But right now, we're being scraggly. We're on a homestead. I'm literally walking in pig poop. We don't really care how we look. What do you guys think? Anyone else care? Oh, I'm guessing not. Okay. Got ourselves a bucket of water. Absolutely right, sir. Thank you. And Peter, I don't know what you're saying, but it looks lovely. Unfortunately, I only speak English. And Anonymous says, can I call you Boo Boo? I don't think I can stop you. I don't know if I'd respond, but I can't stop you. Oh, it is actually hot out. It's got to be about, I don't know, it's got to be about 78, 80 degrees Fahrenheit right now. I'm in Northern Canada, so that puts me about 23, 24 Celsius. It's got to be in there. Whew. Sweating doing these animal chores. Okay. Are you sure that's water? I hope so. It's a little murky, but it's water. Let's give the pig some more water. Okay, pigs. Drink up, because I gave you too much. Oh, I'll let them enjoy that for a second. Oh boy. So, anyway, there's the piggies. Oh, Amanda says, what a great life you have. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. I appreciate that. No dragons here, feet. No dragons. Although, fun fact, my dog's name is Lily, but when I named her, the kids wanted to name her Dragon. So off the record, her name is Dragon Lily. On paper, it's just Lily, but don't tell the kids. As far as they know, it's Dragon Lily. Okay. They're dumping the bucket. That's fine. We're going to grab that bucket and we're going to go get some more feed. What did I do with the bowl, guys? Did I leave the bowl of mangoes again? I'm losing my mind. Okay, there you guys go. Let's go get some feed, some hog feed. Oh no, I put the mangoes on top of the feed. I was wise, I was smart. And dragging is cooler. Sorry, Peter, that's still not English. I still don't, I don't know it. It is life with Rachel, it is the dream. It is a lot of work, but a lot of fun. So, I love it out here. I lived in a city, moved out here a year and a half ago. And this place here, it was just an off-grid seasonal camp, but I've got 156 acres and it's a peninsula. I got water all the way around the 156 acres. There's only one road in, one way out. Beautiful piece of property. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I got no immediate neighbors, peace and quiet. I've got the lake behind me. We're gonna do some fishing here shortly. We already caught 2 fish. I got them on the stringer. And so we're gonna do a little more fishing after we feed the pigs. And we'll hang out and chat. So I live in northern Canada. I'm in the far north. We had snow a week ago. We were live streaming a week ago and it was snowing. So like we are way up here. When the sun is out, it's hot. When the clouds are out, it's cold. And right now the sun is out. So let's get some hog feed. I've got a giant 2,000-pound bag here. This is a giant bag of hog feed. So we are gonna fatten these piggies up. Now, my goal right now, I gotta train the pigs to the electric fence. I'll be working on that more this afternoon. But the other night, I tried letting the pigs out. I have about a half an acre fenced off. You can kind of see the electric fence here. So I have about a half an acre fenced off for the pigs, but my fence posts are too far apart. The line is a little bit too saggy. They were able to get out. And the other night I did a live stream where I think they just dumped their water. I did a live stream where I ended up having to spend 2 hours chasing them around the property. So we are gonna modify some things. We're gonna shrink the area. Instead of half an acre, we're gonna go much smaller, still much bigger than the pen they're in, but I gotta get them used to that wire. My goal is to rotate them through the forest, and that way they can clear it up for me. So I feed them right now, half a pail right now, and half a pail this afternoon. And then amongst that with the slop, that should be plenty. And the weather is nice. We are gonna do some fishing here very soon. I'd love to have the energy that you have in order to do what you do. Well, you just trade sleep. You sacrifice sleep. You're always running sleep deprived, and it gives you the artificial appearance of having energy. It's good, it's good. The pigs made some mud. I'm gonna let them just enjoy it. They want it to cool down because it's hot. So let's spin you guys around. Let's look at the piggies for a second because we're gonna drop some food in here for them. Here, pigs. You gotta get the mangoes out of the bottom. There we go. There you go. There's the piggies enjoying their food. So the pen I have them in right now is fairly small. It's a training pen. You can see the electric wire in with them. So the pen is to try to train them to the electric wire. Later, I'm going to expand this, make it bigger. So that way, they have a little more room to move around and get used to getting zapped by the electric wire. The end goal is that they stop touching the wire and pushing through it. And how often do you get mail shipments? Well, most of my shopping has to be done online through mail because I live in the middle of nowhere. There's no real stores. So we do a lot of online. Unfortunately, in Canada here, the Postal Service went on strike. So we're gonna have to survive on our own for a little while. No more Amazon. It's fine. Okay, let's go fish. Let's go do some fishing, guys. Let's check on the fish we already caught and let's catch some more. Now, I warn you, I didn't catch any lunkers this morning. They're meh, they're okay. But I put them on a stringer, so if we get any bigger, we can trade up. Here we are. Don't mind the rods. I had the kids out fishing with me. I haven't put their rods away yet. Oh, let's do that. Let's put their fishing rods away so I don't step on them. And then we're gonna do some fishing. Okay, so here's the couple fish we caught so far. Just right here. Got them on the stringer. A pair of walleye. There we go. And now we're gonna catch us some more fish. We gotta catch lunch or dinner. So I already got my fishing rod out here. I am using a real sketchy hook right now. I have so much tackle, but I didn't feel like changing this one. It got a little rusty, so the tip of it, it's got no barb. It's barbless. So if we catch a fish, we got to be careful. We might lose it. But we're just out here having fun. Whether we are eating or not, it is what it is. Let's send this out here. Do some fishing while we chat. Bear with me. Get that out there. Send that here. Let's send you guys maybe that way. Ugh. Yeah, so we're just out here fishing, hoping to catch some fish now. Do you know why there are no pigs in Haiti? They ate them all. Sorry, the sun is in my eyes. I'm crying. I'm just so sad by the fact that the pigs got eaten. I'm crying. That's actually surprising that they ate them all, because at least in America, they're so invasive that you guys bounty hunt them. Up here in northern Canada, it's too cold. The pigs have a hard time in the winter. So there's no forage, there's not much for them to eat, the ground freezes. So we don't have any real wild hogs up here. It's all just domestic farms, homesteads, nothing wild. And people say people from Michigan sound Canadian. Well, do I sound like a Michigonian? And it's so pretty out there. It is, it's lovely. I don't know if I should be showing you guys, well, should I be showing you guys the lake or my muscles? Should I be showing you guys me or the lake? I don't know. It's easier to read the chat and socialize with you guys this way. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. So far this morning, we milked the goat, kind of failed. I let her step in it. Here's what we're looking at. The water is fairly shallow here. It's only about 8 feet deep here right now. But we've already caught 2 walleye, so I know they're in here. Keanu, hello Keanu, how you doing, my Canadian friend? May I perhaps have the leftover mermaids you catch? Is that how you stay so looking good, Keanu? You eat the mermaids? Are you eating the mermaids? Is that what's happening? Yes, blackout, it is beautiful. Hopefully, I catch a fish for you guys. I caught 2 early this morning. I'm hoping that it's not, the sun's not scaring them away right now. Already caught 2. I'd like to get 4. 4 would be a bit of a meal. Yeah. Amelia, hello. Welcome back. We have been, you've been missing the live streams lately, but you made it. How are you doing, friend? I hope you're doing well. We are just out here doing some fishing now. We've got 2 fish. Rip Goku, how you doing? Welcome back to the chat, Goku. Been a hot minute. We got 2 of them here. Two Walters floating at the bottom, sitting on the stringer. 2 so far. So let's see if we can get some more. It's a tough balance. I'm doing well. There's so much work to do around the homestead. I got to finish building some fencing. I need to level out the ground with the loader. I need to spread the topsoil, plant some grass seed. I got to keep installing electric fencing. I got to adjust the pig area. There's a lot to do. But I suppose I can afford to take a hot minute and catch some fish. I feel like catching fish is a good thing to take a break. We did the animal chores. We did something. Now it's time to catch some fishies. Alan says, California is in your boat. Where are you at? I don't know what California is in your boat means, but I am in northern Canada. We are in the far north in Canada, and we are just doing some fishing. I'm using a pontoon boat as a dock right now. So yeah, it's super lovely. And Edward says, do you ever encounter game wardens? Yes, actually, often what happens is because we're so spread out here, our game wardens often are flying around in float planes and helicopters, and they will land and they will come see you. My limit is 4 walleye. I'm allowed 4 walleye. I'm allowed some pike, bass, perch, crappie. I have them all in here. So I only have 2 walleye right now. So if I get up to 4, I have to start trading the smaller ones back. There is a size limit. I'm only allowed to keep I can't keep between 18.1 and like 19.2, something like that. I've got the regs behind me. And I can only have 1 over 21 inches. So yeah, you got to pay attention. A game warden is fish police or hunting police. They basically make sure you're following conservation laws. So there's different laws. Like where I am, you can only catch so many walleye, so many pike. You got to watch the size of the muskie you catch. There's a whole bunch of different rules. So the game warden is the person who is basically the fish cops. They have just as much authority as the police. If they catch you fishing illegally, you're going to get fined. They're going to confiscate the fish. They could take your rods, your license, your boat, your truck. It's pretty aggressive. Yeah, only 2 walleye so far, and it's a possession limit. So I can't even have 100 in the freezer. I'm only allowed to have. Now I have 5 kids. Kids add an extra limit per child. So technically, when my kids are home, I could catch more. Right now, my kids are out and about, so I can only have 4 on me. It is what it is, but I only have 2, so that's fine. But also, I do live in the middle of nowhere. It is lovely out here. I think I've only actually ran into the game wardens a couple times. Just a couple times. But they do make an appearance every once in a while. So technically, you're not allowed to catch more. It's like a daily limit. So up here, they call that doing shore lunches. That's illegal. If I caught 4, ate them, and then caught 4 more, they even have the rights to go through my garbage. So if they go through my garbage and they find fresh guts, they're gonna find me. I'm gonna get dinged. So I'm all for conservation, actually. I strongly believe in conservation. So I really never go over my limit. I'm totally cool with that. 4 fish is plenty enough. When my wife's with me, that's another 4. When my kids are with me, that's another 4 each. So I could catch more fish than I could adequately eat anyway. Oh boy. I also keep other fish that other people don't like keeping, like pike and crappie and bass and perch. I keep everything, so there's no shortage of fish that I can eat. And what animals do you have? Blackout says. I got my dog Lily. I've got pigs. I've got goats. I've got cows. Right now only 1, but I'm getting more, and I had more, but I ate them. And I've got rabbits and ducks. I'm hatching 41 duck eggs right now. I guess that's a bit of a lie. I put 41 duck eggs in my incubator. Only 30 of them were viable. So I have 30 ducks being hatched right now. And I think in 2 weeks I get another 14 ducks or 18 ducks. And speaking of Lily, how is she doing? She's good. She was out here swimming with me earlier. I wasn't swimming, she was swimming, but we were out in the water, so she's doing good. I don't know where she is right now. She's probably basking in the sun. And Amanda says, can you build tiny homes? We could work and pay to stay. Breathing that air would be so priceless to our health. Where I am, I'm off grid and in an unorganized township. So I can build as many houses on the property as I want. No permits, no nothing. I can just do it. I actually used to be a civil engineer, so I know how to draft it all, plan it all, and I've built all the barns and stuff on the property. So that is possible. However, I hate to tell you guys, I'm a bit of a hermit. I got no neighbors, and I like to keep it that way. I like to have my social interactions when I go into town and I go to work, but out here on the property, there's nothing as peaceful as just doing your own thing on your own. Oh, we almost spiderwebbed. How did I do that? What am I doing, guys? I remember my first time fishing. I got wrapped around somehow. That's what happens when you chat and you're trying to swing over top of your cell phone. Erdner, hello. What are we catching? We're catching some walleye, although right now, while you guys have been watching, we're just casting and not getting anything. I got 2 walleye right below me. I'll come here, little walleyes. Oh. Okay. We got 2 fish right here. So we've got 2 of them so far. They're not massive, they're not giants, but they're good eaters. Got them on the stringer. That way if we catch bigger, we can trade up. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully we get some more. No guarantee. I mean, when I caught those 2, it was probably 2 hours ago. And so it's heated up a bit since. They might have gone looking for deeper water in the meantime, but maybe they're still in here. Just got to be patient. It's a patient man's game. And Amanda says, it's over 100+ acres. Build on the other side. Actually, my plan here, so I'm living in a smaller cabin. So it was an off-grid 3-season cabin. And I put an addition on it, fully gutted it to the studs, insulated it, renovated it, ripped out all the water lines, redid all the electrical. Basically just kept the bones of the place and redid everything else. My goal is in a few years to build a new house on the property. So I'd like to build a second house, keep this one, and maybe you can Airbnb up here. Maybe one day I'll turn that into an Airbnb and you can come out here and do some fishing, hang out with the animals, get the full milk a goat experience. That is the plan. The plan is to Airbnb it once the next house is built. At least for a while until the kids are old enough that they need somewhere to live. So that'll be the plan. Maybe we'll have like a subscriber Airbnb weekend. There you go, in 10 years. Maybe 5. Probably do it quicker. And catch a blue whale. If there is a blue whale in here, something is really wrong with the ecosystem. We are in northern Canada. This is a freshwater lake. We are not connected to the ocean. This water, albeit murky right now, you could just pretty well just drink her straight. There's no salt in here. There's no pollution in here. We in the middle of nowhere. Oh, we just had a bite. Come on, fishy. We got one. Oh boy, let's try to angle this out so you can see what we're doing. Come on, fishy. We got one. Now, my hook is, there's no barb on my hook. So there's a good chance that I missed this here. We got on. There we go, guys. We got a fish on the live stream. There we go. We're fishing with a barbless hook right now, which makes this all a little bit trickier. Okay, so this, guys, is a walleye. Got this gnarly dorsal fin on the back. Freshwater fish. They taste super good, nice and buttery flavor. Spin you guys around. Look at that, we caught one on the stream. We are now professional fishermen. He kind of swallowed the hook, but there's no barb. There we go. So I'm being a maniac. I'm using a barbless. There's no barb on here. Some of the lakes we fish on up here, you are not allowed to fish with a barb. This one I am. This is my lake. I can fish with whatever I want. But we're also not even using live bait. We're just using fake bait. Hello, Georgia. We just caught ourselves a walleye. He's not a super thick one. Probably only about 13 inches. Maybe 14 inches. Not a giant fish, but we got the stringer going, so we can always upgrade. Let's see, what else were we saying here? Amanda says, it was so nice to see your life. It's good to know that people are happy and having a great life. I'm in the Ocala National Forest in Florida. Your place sounds like heaven. Awesome. Wow, Florida's lovely too. What am I hearing up there? Just the pigs doing pig things. And okay. I just thought, what if you had a houseboat? No houseboats right now. Oh, it was a bird. It was a bird, like a robin or something. Yes. So there we go. We're gonna add that to the stringer. That makes three. And I only cut myself once earlier. Look at that. Okay, let's get the stringer going. Ugh. Set this guy down. Angle you guys down so I can see what you're doing. Okay, pull out the stringer, untie it. and add this guy to the stringer. What I got going on here? Okay. So, anyone have any questions about what a walleye is or anything? This is a walleye. You are out on a pontoon today. Well, my dock is kind of a pontoon, so that makes two of us. Okay. 3 fish, 3 walleye, let's go. There's our 3 fish so far. There we go, guys. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Set that back in the water, retie it. There we go. And Georgia says, we call them pickerel. Oh, I was talking about, oh, maybe he's not coming. There's a helicopter flying off in the distance. I can hear it. So when we were talking about the M&R out here, or the game wardens, the fish police, sometimes they'll fly around in the helicopter and check you out. I heard the helicopter, but he must have been going the other way because I don't see him. Let's see if we can catch number 4. What do you guys think? Can we catch the 4th fish? And everyone in the chat, let's start a poll here. Is it walleye or pickerel? What do you call them? Start the poll. We'll leave that up for a minute. I'm still learning the YouTube thing, so we'll see if anyone votes in that poll. What do you guys call them? We calling them a walleye or are we calling them a pickerel? We got 3 fishies so far. We'll see if we can get ourselves a 4th. We're not catching any giants right now, but they're all good eating. We caught ourselves some a side of salad. Get rid of them weeds. And we're fishing with a ridiculous bait right now. So I'm just using a fake plastic bait, just a wiggly worm here on a barbless hook. So I don't know, it works. I got to get my minnow trap out here. If I put my minnow trap at the end of the dock, we can catch ourselves some fresh bait. But for now, we're just using some fake bait on a barbless hook, giving ourselves a bit of a challenge. Make sure my drag is set good. Hutton the Keller, how you doing? How you doing, friend? We are just out here fishing. So far, 3. Talk soon, going ATV and have fun, Georgia. Have fun. Booyah. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, doo-doo. That's a mix of Dory and Digimon. Bet you guys haven't heard that one yet. So, beautiful day. No complaining here. A little bit of a breeze, not much, so the bugs are out. But we aren't complaining, not too much. Just a lovely day, just a lovely day. Okay, we got 7 votes in the poll. Let's see what people are saying once we reel this one in. Gotta sit here, I gotta flex while we fish since we're on live stream. Just kidding, we'll relax. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone is enjoying whatever they have set out to do. If you have no plans, thank you for hanging out with me. If you have plans, I hope they go swimmingly. And walleye are relative of perch and make for a wonderful meal. Yes, see, some people up here call a walleye a pickerel. It's a kind of a Canada thing, but a pickerel is kind of just a pike when you Google it. Walleye is what comes up when you Google it. Okay, let's see what the chat is saying. 86% are saying walleye. Exactly. That's you know, I grew up calling them pickerel, but I learned to conform with the general population here. That's more of a colloquial thing. It ain't accurate, so we call them a walleye. We do have perch, we got crappie, we got bass, we got pike, we got muskellunge. I actually have muskellunge in this lake. We call them muskies, also known as muskellunge. The crazy thing about muskellunge, you can't keep them if they're smaller than like 5 feet. They are massive fish. Might as well be part whale. They are a big fish. We've only caught a handful of them out here, but they are out here. We have a lot of their cousin, the northern pike, also known as a jackfish. We got birds flying overhead. So we are just catching and doing our thing. Real Strike Fishing says, I just caught a baby snook just now. Right on. This is what we got so far. We got ourselves our three walleye. Three walleye on the stringer. Blacked out for a second. What happened? Yeah, we got our 3 walleye on the stringer. Congratulations on your snook. We are just doing our thing. Hoping to catch our 4th fish, and then we can get to doing some more animal chores. We got to do a bunch of work on the loader. We got to build some fencing. We got to go install some fence posts. Oh boy. Unfortunately, the other day, my wife wasn't being super careful and she broke my 9-foot Fenwick casting rod, which would be so much better for fishing here. I can cast that thing a mile away, but we're just using our spinning reel, which is more of a boat fishing rod. But until I fix the other one, it is what it is. Oh, Real Strike Fishing says, I just subscribed. Well, thank you. I appreciate the subscription. Real Strike, you got your own channel? If you got a channel, say yes in the chat, and I'll make sure to check you out. In fact, if you have your own channel, anyone who's watching, if you have your own YouTube channel, go to any one of my other videos when you leave here and drop a comment. That way I can easily find you and I can check out your channel and subscribe and say hello on your videos. Being a small YouTuber, sub 1,000, I like to grow the community, chat with you guys, build relationships with everyone, check out what you're doing, you guys check out what I'm doing, and we just have a good time. We get lots of returning viewers, lots of people. We're always chatting back and forth. So when you eventually leave, I'm not telling you to leave yet, keep watching, but when you go to leave, find one of my other videos, drop a comment. That's going to make it easy for me to find you, and I will check your channel out and subscribe to you, and we'll drop some hellos every once in a while. And Randy Rhino Outdoors says, my wild hello. Hello, Randy. How you doing? How you doing? I've slowly been able to convince my wife to do more and more on YouTube with me. She joins on the live streams every once in a while, and she's been trying to help out, putting out some content. Her most recent video that she put out was how to milk a goat. So she did a goat milking walkthrough for everyone. And Dill Hole says, hi. Hi, Dill. How you doing? That is an interesting name. I feel like it has connotations. And Blackout says, cat in a box. And Anti-Lean Blade, greetings from Russia. I'm fishing in the Volga. Well, hello. Hello. How are you doing? We are in Northern Canada. Northern Canada wishes you well. And Melissa says, hi. Hi, Melissa. Randy says, I grew up milking goats. Did you ever get an automatic milker, Randy? I have been milking the goats by hand, and I go back and forth as to whether or not I should get an automatic milker. On one hand, I do in like milking the goats by hand. You kind of have a little more, I don't know, compassion for the animal. You be more delicate. You're making sure that you're taking care of them, and you can adjust based on their reactions. Whereas I feel like with an automatic milker, you don't have as much control. But it is a time-consuming task. It takes me about 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening per goat. So it definitely is a time-consuming task. And that's, I guess, the benefit of an automatic milker. No, 6 of us kids, we were milk machines. Yeah, my 8-year-old can milk the goats, so I gotta get him doing it more. But the other ones, not quite yet. I gotta get him involved more. Oh, was that a bite? Can't tell if that was a bite or a weed. Felt like a bite. We are fish. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a bite. Oh, come on. I missed it. Oh, come on. We're fishing with a barbless hook. And, oh, you saw! It was a walleye, and I saw it. It came up to the surface, but I missed. So, we missed that one. That means they're still here, though. He wasn't massive. We're going to try again. He was just nibbling the tail of my my little wiggly worm. He didn't quite get her. So we're going to try again and hope we get this one this time. I really should be switching my lure for one with barbs. There's no reason for me to be going barbless right now. The nice thing about going barbless, it's easy to unhook them. But what, are we getting bit right now? I don't think I'm going through weeds. What's going on? Is that a crappie? I feel like I got something biting me right now. I'm getting, oh, come on. That's definitely a fish, but come on. Swallow it. Swallow it. We're gonna jig for a second. Just gonna jig here and see if it comes up and gets it. Antillean. What is antillean? If I say this properly, is it gonna mean something bad? What are you trying to get me to say? And I'm in Texas and they say it's better for you. Is that true? I'm in Texas and they say it's better for you. Sorry, what's better for you? Goat milk? Sorry, I'm a little delayed because I missed that fish. So I missed where we are in the conversation. And makes for very strong hands and grip strength. I just commented on your video. Right on, thank you. I will, when we're done here, I will check out your content. So that goes for anyone who is joining, who has a channel. There are so many of us content creators out here. Real Strike Fishing, give me some of your numbers. How many subscribers you at? How long you been doing it? Tell me where you're at. Oh, come on, fish. No, that's a weed. Tell me where you're at. Vince says hi. Hello, Vince. How you doing? That is the person. Oh, that's a fish. Boom. We got it. We got it. We got it. Let's flip you guys around. Let's try not to lose them. Oh, we got to get the net up in one arm. Oh, boy. Come on. This is a good one. Oh, we're barbless. Okay. There we go. Number 4 in the chat. Can I get some hearts in the chat for that? Can we get some hearts? Like that video. We got a good one here. We got another one on the barbless hook. Real Strike Fishing says we are at 35 subscribers. Well, after this, you're going to be at 36, my friend. Anyone else who wants to check out Real Strike, see what he's getting up to, go check out his channel after this. Okay. There we go. Again, not a giant. Do I have my measuring tape down here? I don't know if I gotta go. I might have to go up to the house and grab the measuring tape. Do I have one in this tackle box? No. I got a scale, but she's not big enough to weigh. What about in this one? No. What am I doing, guys? It's like it's my first time fishing. I don't even have a scale down here. I got the regulations, but no scale. Okay, well, we know this guy's a keeper. It's probably about 16 inches. It's a good one. It's a good walleye. It's skinny, but it's a good one. So we're gonna put him on the stringer and then we're gonna keep fishing a bit. We're gonna start upgrading. So if we get any, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're not going to drop him in the lake. I have done that. That is a thing. We are going to put him on the stringer, and let's go get our measuring tape. I actually just bought a brand new. Okay, so this is the. He's about the same size as the other ones. Let's drop this down. So he's probably the biggest one so far, but barely bigger than that guy. But there's a smaller one on here. Okay. We're gonna add this to the stringer and then we're gonna go grab our measuring thing so we can see how big we're dealing with here. Again, I'd put that guy at about 16. Okay, where are we? Right here. There we go. Drop them in. Tie it up. Put our slip knot in. Okay, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk for a hot minute and go drop our tripod down a bit. Let's go grab our measuring stick. I bought a brand new solid measuring thing. You'll see. So, your arm is a foot long. That would work to measure. I feel like my arms are a lot, I feel like that's longer than a foot, unless you're thinking without the fist from the elbow. I don't know. I do have a measuring thing right up here. I really should be putting it down by the water anyway. There's regulations here where between 18.1 and like 19, you're not allowed to keep them. So I should be measuring so I know if I get any that are around that size. These guys are all around 14 to 16 inches. They're smaller. Okay. Amanda says, I would eat the fish with grits, cheese, and pepper and hot sauce. You know what? I'll do that for you. I will do that later. Show your animals on the way? Sure. Let me grab the measuring fadoodle. Okay, this is what we're talking about this is my measuring fadoodle. So that'll do. Here's Lily. Hi, Lily. Hanging out under the house where it's cooler. Hi, Lily. Say hello. Lily, are you eating my hammer? Is that why you look guilty? You eating my hammer? That really shouldn't even be out here. The kiddos probably. Oh yes. Here, Lily. Let's spin you guys around so I can see what we're looking at. Come here, Lily. You wanna fetch? Go get it. Zoom. Don't mind the yard. I gotta repair it here. I've got the topsoil. I just gotta, level the yard up. I had put new water lines in. She kind of settled. Oh, here's the rabbits. I'll show you the baby rabbits in this one. I got a new litter of baby rabbits. Let's see. Let's say hello to the baby rabbits. Way in the back. These guys are about a week old. That's the thing on here, Amanda. Everything, you never know. You never know if, you definitely make sure you don't break a law if you are doing live streams, because, there's evidence. I got 29 of you right now, but we had 100 of you. So we make sure we do things very legitimate. So if we catch another fish, we upgrade. We get rid of one and upgrade. I don't know where the goats and everyone are. They're probably all in the barn because it's so hot. Well, for you, I'm going to go show you the animals. And Blackout says, what do you use the rabbits for? A couple things. One, the barter system. Up here in the far north, you do a lot of trading. I actually got my dog for a rabbit and $10. So you do a lot of trading. The other thing is meat. They're a very good supplier of meat. They can, no, where is everybody? Oh, they're way in the back. Okay, I really don't want to go all the way over there, but where are you? There's a cow, way over there. And there's some goats up there. Sorry, I kind of want to get back out to the fishing. The goats and everyone are way out there. But if you check out any of my videos, you'll see them. We're also hatching 30 duck eggs right now. Getting 14 pre-hatched duck eggs. Oh, hi goats. They're gonna come like dogs. Come here, goaties. Come on, goats. Hello. I don't have any treats, but I wanted to say hi. Come here, goaty. I also have pigs, but they're out in the forest right now. Come here, goats. Hello. Yeah, you know I don't have any treats. Their excitement slowed down as they realized that I didn't have anything fun for them. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys here while I go fishing. Yes, we breed our own goats, so we got 2 babies there. There's the daddy goat. We should be having more goats in about October. So we should have a new batch of goats in October. Do you have any predators out there? So this property is actually a peninsula. So it goes all the way around. This is all mine. Behind the forest is lake. And so because it's a peninsula, I have predators in the winter. In the winter, the wolves, the coyotes, and mostly the wolves and coyotes, they'll come across the lake and they'll get into the back of the property here. So often I have to try to scare them away. And then come this time of year, assuming I've scared them all away before the snow melt or the ice melts, we're pretty safe. And so as of right now, I haven't seen any sign of them. I do have foxes. I got a den of foxes and they're a pain in my butt. So I do need to try to trap the foxes because they like to eat ducks and rabbits. They haven't got any of my rabbits. They have got some of my ducks. So yeah. Otherwise, bears in the fall, you got to watch for bears. But being on a peninsula, as long as I make it safe in the spring, it's generally safe for the rest of the year. Okay, let's do a little measure ski and see how small these fish are. I'm gonna embarrass myself here in the chat. Like I said, none of these are lunkers, none of these are giants. But let's just pull them up. We're sitting around the 14 to 16 inch on some of these. Oh boy. So this little one, the smallest one here is about 13. That's the smallest one there. The biggest one here is about 15 and a half. So no giants, but all good eating. They're all good eating size, no giants. Yes, it is a good day to go fishing. And I'm actually surprised. I've only lost the one using the barbless wiggly worm here. Apparently, this is the minnow, the fake bait of choice today. We are barbless, and it's even a rusted barb. You see how it's black? It's rusted. So it's not even a great barb, but still sharp. And yeah, so far, we've caught 4, lost 1. And wolves swim in the winter? No. Where I live in the far north in Canada, it's basically the lake is frozen from like December to May. It just opened up there at the start of May. So they come across the ice. They run across the lakes. It's a good way for them to hunt because if a deer tries to cross or something, it's just open terrain. They can just go and they can cover a lot of ground. And so, we just missed one. Maybe he's still there. We're gonna reel in slow because I got a fish already on the first cast here. Come on, eat it. Just eat it. I'm getting little nibbles, but we'll see if we can draw him in to catch. Come on, come on. I think I might miss this one. Whatever it is not very it's not very hungry. We'll try again. Yeah, frozen lakes in the winter. That's right. I'm a city girl, can you tell? No worries, no worries. Yeah, we also do get the odd like mountain lion, cougar. Lots of like fishers and martins, skunks, weasels. A lot of eagles and hawks. You got to watch out for the eagles and hawks. When the baby goats are little, you got to really watch because there's owls, eagles, and hawks, and they will scoop them up. They will go for them. So when the babies are little, I keep them penned so that nothing can get them. Nope, Lily's freaking out about something. She's chasing something out there. So yeah, we are doing okay. 4 fish. Let's see if we can get a 5th. They're still out here. They're out here. Beautiful day though. It is 12 o'clock my time, so at the very least we caught lunch. Those are walleyes. You got it, Fox guy. You are bang on, right on the money. We got 4 walleye. Often I got lots of northern pike here. Haven't caught any pike yet. My dog is barking at something. Lily, you good? I don't know. So anyway, what else is going on, guys? I caught a blue whale earlier. You got it. Pulled me halfway across the lake. I had to swim back. We live off grid, so we're gonna use that whale fat to heat the lanterns, just like the good old days. Yep. Oh. There are giant fish in here, to be clear. There are muskellunge. The muskies, they get to be like 7 feet long, and they're nasty looking fish. They are big fish. I've caught them before. I've never kept them. I've never ate them, but you can. They are giants. With this, I will break my line and my rod if I catch a muskie right now. I'm not fishing with my big rod, so I'm really banking on not catching one. And what do you like to eat? I'm very carnivorous. I eat a lot of meat. So I've got, let's make sure you said what do I like to eat? Can never go wrong with some steaks, some pasta, some lasagna. You know what's really good? Next day lasagna. Or some stuffed shells, stuffed mushrooms. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I really try to eat a lot of meat though, a lot of stuff harvested off the property, whether it be hunting or homesteading. So we consume a lot of protein. And do they harm humans? No. Thankfully, muskies are not known to go after humans. I mean, they're a giant fish. It's not, if they wanted to bite your foot and drag you under, they could, but they just don't. They know what their food is, and they know that people are not food. So thankfully, they don't. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to go swimming. It's like having alligators or crocodiles in your lake. But thankfully, these ones don't bite humans. I've never heard of anyone getting bit. Maybe the odd time. Some of these fish, like walleye, they have these big, the big spikes on their back. You might get poked when you're swimming, not because they're trying to hurt you, but just because, you know, you swam in the wrong spot at the wrong time. But for the most part, we're really safe up here. Not a lot can do much damage for you. Get you a big old swim bait for them pike and muskies. Yeah, I got some big frogs, some topwater ducklings. I got a whole whack of spoons and stuff. Yeah, we've caught our share of muskies. Northern pike all the time. Northern pike aren't too picky. They'll eat anything a walleye will eat. Oh, there we go. Booyah, we got another one. Let's get a like in the chat. Let's see if we lose it. Okay, come on, guys. Oh, no! That's what happens. That's what happens when you're fishing with a barbless hook. You get a little too cocky. You lose it. You lose it. But I don't feel like trading. We already have lunch, so at this point, going barbless is kind of the thing to do. It is what it is, guys. We lost it. We lost it. We need a thumbs down in the chat. Don't actually. I don't know how you do that, but don't. And have you ever tried fried green tomatoes? I have not. I have not. I imagine that sweetens them up. And yeah, them fish have some big old teeth like barracudas. And how do you cook those freshwater fish? I only ate ocean fish. So these guys, you fillet them. They're really easy to fillet. You cut down along the neck, down along the body, flip them over, take the skin off, and then you just got to take the ribs out, which is really easy. And then what I like to do is I like to fry them a little bit of oil, canola oil, avocado oil, a little bit of oil, get it sizzling in the pan, and then I go flour, eggs, breadcrumbs, your choice. In the breadcrumbs, it can be like Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, or maybe just add your own seasoning, and just yeah, get them nice and crummy. throw them in that hot oil. Let them brown. Once they go a nice golden brown, you know it's done. You know, put it in one side. Once it goes golden brown, flip it over the other side golden brown. And it's super quick, super easy, super tasty. There's also panko. You guys ever hear of panko? Darlene, she likes to eat them in panko. Yeah. Anyway, I remember watching an old episode of Rescue 911, and a guy was reeling in a big muskie, and it jumped in the boat and bit him in the side and had to be life flighted. Jeez, I've never heard of that. That's wild. I mean, they have all the teeth to do damage, and their teeth go backwards. Their teeth are angled backwards. So, because what they do is they get just the tail of a fish, and because their teeth are kind of shaped backwards, it claws them in so that they can't get out. And then they just keep jumping forward and eating them bigger and bigger. I have a video on the channel where I caught a walleye that was being eaten by a pike, and I managed to get both of them in the boat at the same time. Because the way those teeth are in, as long as you keep tension on, the pike can't let go. He actually is kind of trapped onto the walleye. And so I was able to net them both at the same time. Fantastic video. I was out in the middle of nowhere on a fly-in fishing trip when I caught those. So if you want to see that, check out that short when you're done here. Yeah, Papo. It's a nice, simple recipe, just nice and easy. If you want it to be a little extra bready, you go eggs, flour, eggs, breadcrumbs. If you don't want it to be as bready, just flour, eggs, breadcrumb. So you can kind of double up the eggs if you want the flour to, you know, stick more, get a little thicker on it. Just take your eggs, whisk them up a bit. You don't have to add any milk or anything, just whisk them up a bit. It's a binding agent. It just allows the flour and the breadcrumbs to stick to the fish. Easy, delicious recipe. Yeah, that sucks that I lost that fish. It was a decent one. That one would have been bigger than one of the ones I have. That would have been a trader. But again, I'm fishing barbless right now. And so that's always the risk. If you don't keep your tension proper and the fish is really fighting you, the hook's just gonna pop right back out. That is just part of going barbless. If I use any of the, treble hooks, the 3 hooks or anything, you pretty well never lose the fish because they just can't undo it. It's hard to undo it yourself. The problem with using the bigger hooks though is if they swallow it, you're gonna kill the fish. Red Librarian says, crappie, bass, trout, catfish. I'll show you in 1 second. Let me reel this guy in and I'll show you what we're catching. Okay. We got him on the stringer, but we are catching ourselves some walleye. These are some freshwater walleye. Right here is a limit, so this is all I can keep. However, we're still fishing because we're having a good time hanging out with you guys, and if I catch a bigger one, I can upgrade. These guys are all sitting around 14, 15 inches. There's bigger ones out there. We want to get one of them. We're going to try to catch one of the bigger ones. Oh. Walleye are super tasty. They are almost buttery flavored. They're a really good fish. They're a little more lean, and so they're flaky. They're like a flakier fish. They're delicious. Delicious. Vlog Baba says, I just subscribed. Well, thank you. Thank you for the subscription. If anyone else is liking what you're seeing, liking, chatting, feel free to subscribe. We do a little bit of everything on here. We try to live stream about 4 times a week right now. That's about what we're getting out here. In between the live streams, we're also putting out some short content and guides, how-tos in long form videos. So every once in a while we come across something that we think will be interesting for people, and we'll make it a guide or a tutorial, and we'll do a long form video. But where we spend a lot of our time is interacting with you guys on the live streams. Blackout, thank you for the subscription. So if you guys want to interact with me and just keep having chats and conversations and kind of learning about this off-grid homestead life, living on a lake where we can catch fish, just subscribe and we'll chat again. There's always times to talk. We're always doing something different, whether it be installing fencing, using the loader, smoothing out the land, working on the farm tractor, you name it. There's always something to do. Right now, we're kind of relaxing. We're doing some fishing. I think we're going to fish for maybe, I don't know, let's give it 15 minutes more of fishing, and then we got to do some work. We got to go install some fence posts. You know it's bad when you get tired of taking a break, when you have so much to do that you're like, I need to go get some stuff done. And Red Librarian says, I subbed on a live when the pigs were running and went over the fence. That was, oh, come on, fishy. Got it. Oh, no, I don't. Come on. We'll jig it for a second, see if he comes back. Come on, we're still here. We're still here. We taste good. I don't think he's coming back. We just missed one. We had a bite, but we didn't set the hook good. Again, we're rocking that barbless hook. Still looks good though. Well, Red Librarian, welcome back. I do think I recall you there. That was a chaotic night the other night. I do have to try the pigs again this weekend. I got to try to, except this time I'm not going to do it in the evening. I'll do it during the day. I'm going to adjust the electric fence area and try it again. I really want them to respect the electric fence so I can give them a larger area to live in. So that's one of the chores. Oh, the fish are biting right now. Oh yeah, we got one. Okay, guys, let's not lose it this time. Let's not lose the fish this time. It doesn't feel like a very big one, but it's there. I'm gonna get him close. Let's try to get him closer. Oh yeah, he's not bad. I don't know if it's an son of a gun. I was gonna say I don't think he's an upgrade. He didn't look any bigger than the rest. I missed him on the netting though. Dang it. I almost want to switch out the barbless because I keep losing them now. But we've already got our limit, so it doesn't really matter. We are fishing with the barbless fake wiggly worm here. And we just lost another one. It is hard to, what I should be doing is just eating them. I shouldn't even be using the net, but because I'm barbless, it's easy to lose them that way too. That is 3 that we've lost now. That is terrible. It's like I don't know what I'm doing. Do you butcher your own animals? For the most part, yes. My cow that I butchered, I did send him to the butcher because I don't have a facility yet to hang them for a long duration. You need like a refrigerator room so you can hang them for 2 weeks. So I did send the cow to the butcher, but all the other animals we butcher ourselves. Tim says, you just earned a subscription because I love fishing. Well, Tim, thank you. I appreciate that. The other things we do on this channel, we are an off-grid homestead. So we've got lots of animals. We got the cows, we got goats, we got rabbits, we got ducks, we got pigs. And obviously, we live on a lake, so we fish when we have a chance. And will you harvest the pigs when ready? Yes, the pigs will be ready for harvest in like end of September. So end of September is when I'll butcher the pigs. My dog is barking at me to take a walk. Amanda, thank you for coming and hanging out with us, and thank you for subscribing. We will chat again. Go take your dog for a walk and enjoy the weather wherever you are. Take care, have fun, and we will chat again. And Jack says, that is a very crisp picture. Must be a decent camera. Honestly, we are using the front camera on our iPhone. We are just live streaming from the iPhone. The nice thing about it is it allows me to read the comments and read the chat and hang out with you guys. This is a real live stream. We are live hanging out with you guys. Not like so many of the YouTube live streams drive me insane because they are just replays. They are, oh, come on. Yeah, buddy. Let's not lose this one. No, come on. Come on. What am I doing? Like, do I even know how to fish? That's the problem. I'm using barbless. So if they don't absolutely swallow her, I just keep missing them. I just keep missing them. I already have 4 on the stringer, so I'm not going to starve to death today. But it'd be nice to land one. This is getting embarrassing. The fish are embarrassing me in front of my friends. Ugh. Come on. We got to try. We got to try. They know how to spit hook. Seriously. And I keep teaching them more and more. I'm giving them chances to learn. I don't know. Part of it too is I'm distracted because I'm also trying to get the camera set up whenever I catch one. So I keep trying to set the camera while trying to keep the tension on the fish, which means I'm not reeling in, and I keep losing them. That time I don't really have an excuse, but I'm trying to make myself feel better because I didn't touch the camera that time, but you know what I mean. And Goose Fraba, welcome back, Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba, this is not your first time here. How you doing? You look like the guy from Burn Notice. It's uncanny. I will have to check that out. We will screenshot that so I can see what Burn Notice is. That I do not know. Never heard of it before. Ah, we green screened. Why are we green screened? I fat fingered the green screen. I feel like the view is beautiful enough that we don't need to green screen. We are just using a simple jig, a barbless jig. We're using a barbless jig right now, and just a wiggly worm, just a fake bait. Nothing special, but we've caught 4 walleye and we've hooked another like 4. So that's 8 fish that have gone after it. So it seems to be working. And if it ain't broke, we don't fix it. The only problem, I'm barbless right now. I decided to stay barbless because I've already got my limit, and this way I'm not going to have a small one swallow the hook. So yeah, we're just going barbless. So the chance of missing them seems to be about 50-50. But oh well, it is what it is. And oh yeah, the view is much better than the green screen. What lake is this? So this is my own lake. I live in the far north, off grid, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm not going to give the name of this lake because I like a little bit of privacy, but it's in the middle of nowhere. It's one of a million lakes in the area, but it's nice and quiet out here. I'm in northern Canada. I'm in the far north, way up here in Canada. And Samichi says maybe the view is the green screen and he's casting a line in his living room. Yeah, and there's flies flying around my head in the living room too. No, we're just out here doing our thing. It's beautiful. Oh, we got a fish. We got one. We got one. Nope, did I? No, I didn't. What did I do? Did I just hook the bottom? And then I was spinning around and thought it was a fish? That's exactly what I did. I caught a rope, guys. I caught a rope. I caught a rope thinking it was a fish. I got so excited because my line was moving, but it wasn't my line, it was me. I was moving, and now I'm stuck on a rope and we gotta go for a swim. Oh, no we don't. Haha, haha. That is why we're using barbless. It'll get unstuck on its own. Okay, okay. I gotta focus, I gotta focus. We gotta catch a fish, not make a fool of ourselves. There are too many of you here for me to embarrass myself like this. We have 4 walleye on the stringer, so we're at least doing that. Okay, okay. Lately, this shoulder's been bugging me, so even fishing hurts. It's kind of annoying. I did see a chiropractor when I was in a city recently. Didn't do anything. Any chiropractors in the chat? Anything I should try? I think that's a fish. But I want him to, that's definitely a fish, but I need him to swallow it. He didn't swallow, it was just a nibble. We're gonna try again. James, how you doing, James? Welcome back to the chat. And yes, I know, Samichez, I know you were kidding. I know. So, anyway, lovely day. Shoulder exercises seem to help my hubby. I was doing shoulder press at the gym yesterday, and it felt okay while I was doing it, but today it hurts. I know the chiropractor basically just told me to avoid doing things like dips and stuff because it's hard on the shoulders, but I don't know. I don't know. It's been about 3 months that it's been bugging me, and it's not even my bad shoulder. This one I've dislocated a handful of times, so that one I expect to hurt. The other one's my good one. I didn't do anything. She's just tender. James, are you feeling better? How's your back doing? How are your ribs? Are you out of bed? Are you out moving around? Feeling good? Running the ranch? And James says, I am getting better. Good. I'm good. Glad to hear that. Hopefully you can get back up to 100%. And maybe try to stretch once a day. I am terrible at stretching. That is something I'm terrible at. I've always been bad at doing exercises like that, like stretching. I've had a few surgeries, and I've always been bad at following up on my physio. I like working out, but I don't like stretching. I don't know. I've always been bad when I used to play hockey and stuff. I used to be terrible at stretching too. My flexibility is terrible because of that. I had some surgery on my legs and had to have the tendons reattached, and I never did follow through with my physio that well. And so ever since then, my flexibility in my calves has not been great. It is what it is. I should have done better. And maybe try stretching. Yeah, like physiotherapy. When I had surgery, I had to stretch a lot for my ACL. Yeah. Right now, one of my problems is I've got a bad back. I basically broke the disc in between my vertebrae on my L4, L5. I crushed it, and so it pinches the nerves. And so not only are my calves tight, but my nerves don't stretch. So when I bend forward, there's a lot of tension in that lower back. I'm working to try to heal that right now, but this is like a 10-year-old injury, and the doctor basically said, take 800 milligrams of Advil every day for the rest of your life, and then when your stomach starts upsetting you, we'll give you something for that. And yeah, otherwise we'll do surgery. And I said, bah, I'm not doing either of that. So we will see if just working out, stretching, and exercising helps. I got to get better at the stretching part. And I done eated that bull. That's what you got to do. If a bull runs you over, you got to eat it. That's just the unfortunate part about it. It doesn't feel good doing it. Like, you still, the bull isn't really, if he's still got his nuts intact, you're not planning to eat him, at least for a couple years. James, how old do you let your bull go before you eat him? Around here, a lot of people, like, I got one farmer friend. What they'll do is their herd, they'll keep 2 bulls with their nuts intact off of each fresh herd. And then between their bull and those 2 bulls, whichever one has the best genetics or is the nicest, they'll keep. The other 2 they butcher off. So their bulls never get more than 3 years old. I was talking to another farmer. He said he doesn't let his bulls get older than like 6 years old because he finds that they're just too big to breed with the younger moms after 6 years. You keep yours 11? Okay. Yeah, everyone has a different way of doing things. There's so many different things I hear out there. People will keep their bull until he just no longer is producing. Other people just like to trade them out before they get too big. Others, it's if they show any signs of aggression, eat them. It's tricky business. Tricky business. There's a lot to it. I'm looking to get I'm going to get for sure 2 more cows in the fall. I might get a bull. I'm talking to someone who is, what do you call it? They're calving right now. They're having their baby cows right now. And so one guy has 2 already for me, 2 girls, and another person, I'm trying to get them to keep a bull for me. So if they keep his nuts on, I can have a bull and then my 3 cows, and then I can keep breeding them. I currently have a black Angus. She's a pure black Angus. I had a pure black Angus bull as well. I was planning to breed them together. However, he got too aggressive, so I ate him. And then, yeah, I don't know. The bull that I'm looking at is a Dexter Black Angus. It's a mix. So a Dexter is a mini cow. A Black Angus is a full size. So this will be like a medium size cow. But a little more manageable on the homestead. So I think I might do that. I might go with that. My full Black Angus, he was only 2 years old, but he was at about 1,300 pounds, 1,400 pounds, and he was getting a little bit too saucy for me. So I decided to eat him rather than keep him. My female cow is also a smaller female cow. She's only about 800-900 pounds. And so for them to breed, it wasn't going so well because he was a little too big. I mean, it would have worked, but we decided not to go that route. So yeah, we'll go with a smaller bull and go from there. And my calving season has finished. Nice. Yeah, a lot of people up here, because it's so far north, it's so cold in our spring, a lot of people wait a little bit. So usually people are calving. Some of the farmers with heated barns calve in February, March. And then other people are calving May, June. So right now is a lot of calving season for people. And I love seeing baby cows. They are adorable. They're precious. my neighbor, I call him my neighbor, but he's like 3 miles away. But one of his fields is close to my property, so I love driving by his fields when he's got the baby cows out. All the cows, really. He's got about 30 head right now. So it's nice to see them all out running around. They always come running up to my truck. Yeah. There's so much though. Like, there's so much to know about cows. There are so many different types. You know, mini Herefords. You got lowland Angus. You got black Angus. You got red Angus. You got Dexters. I don't know. There's so many different breeds. It's like dogs. There's no right answer as to what breed is the best. They all have different traits. But yeah, that's kind of that. Lot to know about cows. They're a good animal on a homestead if you got acreage. I've got about 30 acres of field here and then 126 acres of forest. So the cows have lots of room to roam around. And do you milk your cow or just the goats? Just the goats. My cow the black Angus cow is meant for meat, so they don't produce a lot of milk. The goats are meant for milk. The goats actually produce more milk than my cow would. So I don't milk the cow. Okay, I think, guys, what do you think? I think we fish a little longer. I said 10 minutes like half hour ago. I think we fish a little longer and then we go get some stuff done. It's been a little bit slower here. Haven't caught one in a little, oh, as I say that, I got a bite. I got one. Okay, we're not gonna lose this one. We're not gonna lose this one, guys. We might lose this one. We might lose this one. Oh, come on, don't spin that way. Oh, you son of a gun. Right through his lip. I am getting so mad at this barbless hook, but it's the whole reason I'm using barbless. It's easy to throw them back, but I'm doing a terrible job of yeeting them up here. That is 5 that I've lost, 4 that I've caught. That one was out of the water. It just popped off his lip. Jeez. I was just about to say that we haven't caught a fish in a while. Maybe it's just because I've missed so many, it feels like I'm not catching any. This is depressing. Just kidding, I'm not depressed. This is okay. There's a good chance. I mean, I'd be throwing one of them back, whether he was an upgrade or not. It is what it is. But I gotta start landing them. Like, I'm torn. It's like, do I grab the net? I would have got that one if I would have just reached down for the net. I would have landed that one, but then I thought, I'll just yeet it. It's not that big. And then I lost it. I've got 4. The limit where I live is 4. I can only have 4 on me. So that guy there, losing him, not a big deal. I think he was a little bit on the bigger side, probably about a 16-inch, 17-inch. So he would have been an upgrade. I would have been tossing one of the smaller ones back. But it's not a big deal. It is what it is. That is life. I'd be very upset if I didn't land any, but I already have 4, so it's not a big deal. And my youngest grandson is the run the ranch until I can. Okay, right on. Yeah, that's nice having family that can do it. I don't have my kids, like, I don't have any family that live up here. My family never homesteaded. I'm a first generation. My parents, my wife's parents, our siblings, no one has ever had animals like this. So it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of communicating with other homesteaders, other ranchers, other farmers, and figuring out what they do, and a lot of learning. A lot of building infrastructure, because this property just had nothing. So we're constantly building barns, doing all that fun stuff. I have a sea can on one of my properties. It's a big one. It's a 48-foot sea can. And so I'm talking with a company trying to get them to haul it here, but I live so far that it costs an arm and a leg to get it hauled here. But that's the goal. If I can get it hauled here, I can then turn it into a storage building and a barn, a second barn. It'd be nice to have a bigger second barn on the property. So that's the plan. But I probably wouldn't build the barn till next year. Too many projects on the go this year. So if I can get the sea can to the property this year, I can get it in place, and then I can build a barn off of it next year. that is the plan anyway. Beautiful day. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I didn't set the hook, but he's got to still be chasing it. Come on. There's a lot of fish out today. It's good. The fishing's fantastic. Even if I'm doing a terrible job landing them, the fishing is really good right now. I can't complain. I just need to get one more landed here, because now I'm just embarrassed. I can't end on losing 5. I at least need it to be 50-50. Like I landed 5, lost 5. I can't lose more than I caught. That's terrible. Again, we're fishing with the barbless hook, so it's a little harder to keep them on. I'm just making excuses to make myself feel better. But we got the right cadence, we got the right cast, we got the right location. They're out here, we're catching them. That's 9 fish in total that we've had on. Let's just see if we can catch some more. And Blackout says, I got a new shelf yesterday for my room. Right on, what kind of stuff do you plan to put on that shelf? Oh, that was a nibble. Not many weeds where I'm catching, which is good. My wife's gonna come home expecting me to have built an entire fence right now. And here I am fishing. I think I'm gonna get in trouble. But it is what it is. It's too nice out. It's too nice out. Oh, we got a duck in the background. I think I'm hooked on a weed. I got a little bit of tension here. But it's not fighting back, so I don't think it's a fish. No, just a weed. Just some salad. Oh, we already dropped it off. Good. Busted, LOL. Yeah. All work and no play makes for no fun. We gotta have a little bit of fun out here. Too often you get caught in the trap of working every day, busting your tail to, you know, improve the property and get things done, but you forget to enjoy yourself sometimes. And the biggest part about having a property like this and living out here is getting the chance to enjoy yourself. So that's exactly what we are doing. Hanging out with you guys, having a great time, just enjoying ourselves. James wants to fish. I love it. I love it. It's, you know what, living on the lake, this is the best. Like, I've got 156 acres and I live on the lake, so I can hunt and I can fish whenever I want, season permitting, and I don't have to leave the property. I've got deer on the property, I've got grouse, wild hares, I got everything on the property, fish. And often that was a barrier to entry. When I lived in the city, that was a big barrier. It'd be like, I didn't hunt big game for 7 years, because while I lived in a city, I didn't want to take that time away from my family, where it'd be like, if I wanted to go hunting, say, white-tailed deer, it'd be like, okay, I got to leave for a weekend, go set up the deer stand, go set out some feed, set up the trail cam. I got to clear trail. I got to, you know, bring the chainsaw, do all this work. So I'm going to be gone for a whole weekend. That's just to set up. Then for the next 2-3 weekends, I'm going to go back out there, make sure nobody's messed with my spot, make sure that the deer are actually coming, check the feed, add more. And then you'd actually do the hunting, and it might take 3-4 weekends. And so next thing you know, you're 2 months where you haven't seen your family because you're working during the days and you're out setting up during the weekends. And so I decided when I had my first kid, who's now 8, that I wouldn't do that. So I gave up big game hunting and hadn't done it for like 8 years. And then we bought this property, and so it's a lot different, because now it was like, hey, kids, come out for a walk with me. We're gonna go set up the tree stand. And even when I was hunting, it's like, hey, kids, let's wake up early, and if you guys want, let's go sit in the tree stand. And so I could bring them with me, and it was just right here on the property. And so this year I ended up getting a buck and a doe back to back at the same time. I'd only been out there. I didn't get anything on the Saturday. And then on the Sunday, I went out at 11 a.m. and by 1 in the afternoon, I shot both deer. And so super accessible. Didn't have to take any real time away from the family and was able to provide food for the homestead. So, you know, it's just so much nicer. Do you mow your lawn? Yes, I do. The fields, I let the animals graze, so the cows graze, but out front of the house, I do mow it. I actually have a grass collector basket, so I can collect the grass and feed it to the rabbits and the pigs and the goats and stuff. So when I cut it, I collect the clippings and I feed it to the animals. Oh, I keep flipping back and forth in Wi-Fi. Does it look like he mows the lawn? I don't know, does it? What is the stereotype I'm portraying right now? Okay, if we don't catch another fish in the next 5 minutes, we're gonna go get some work done together. I'm giving it 5 minutes to catch one last fish. You don't shave your beard. I know, I do trim it, but it's unruly right now. I didn't brush it or shower today, so it's extra unruly. If we don't catch one in 4 more minutes, we're gonna go do some work on the homestead. Weed whack it. That would be a more efficient way to do it. Gino, how you doing, Gino? We've got 4 fish on the stringer. We've missed 5. I'd like to land 1 more so that it can be an even caught 5, lost 5. So let's see what we get. I'll show you guys for anyone who's just tuning in now. This is what we got going on right now. Whoop, we need to catch 1 more. We need to catch 1 more. I've lost 5, I've caught 5 or 4. Let's make it an even number. And Mr. says, Florida. We are in northern Canada, the far north in Canada. And Gino asked, did you get all the posts in? No, I still have 4 left to do. That's what I got to do right after this. We're going to go over and we're going to auger in the last 4 posts. I did get the fencing up all the way around, minus the last 4. Yes, sir. We got walleyes on the stringer. Oh, there. Oh, come on. We just missed the setting the hook. We sent our hook flying in the air instead. What am I doing? I'm not going to count that as a miss because it wasn't actually on. I just missed the bite, but I'm not going to count it as a miss. As far as I'm concerned, it's still 5 that I've lost, 4 that I've caught. That's the numbers we're going with. I didn't set the hook on that one. We are fishing with a barbless hook right now. So there we go. We're being extra kind to the fishies. We're throwing them back. We're missing them lots. But the nice thing about living off grid like this, in the middle of nowhere, some birds were looking at my dinner, is that there's lots of fish in the lake because there's nobody out here fishing. There's no people. No people means lots of fish. What am I going to cook with the fish? You know what sounds good is probably some grits. We'll make some fries, some mashed fries. Yeah, we'll dice up some potatoes and we'll deal with that. And Mr. says, look at me. People suck. I like no people. Life with Rachel says. Quinoa. Quinoa makes me gassy. My wife would not appreciate if I had quinoa. Some people are wonderful. You guys are wonderful. Gotta get some salad off of the hook. People can be mean, people can be nice. Either way, I like living in the middle of nowhere with privacy. That way, instead of my neighbors being all up in my business, I just hang out with you guys and let you guys be all up in my business. You guys get to see the real thing. This is a live stream. So when I trip on something and fall over, when I make a mistake, you know, like getting my goat's foot in the milk dish, y'all get to be there. Y'all get to see it. It is what it is. If I trip and fall in the lake, you guys are here to be with me. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, fishy. Come on. Got it. Now we can't lose this one. We do not want to lose this one. It's a big one, or at least it's fighting hard. It's fighting like a big one. Come on. Come on, we're gonna get the net this time. We're not gonna lose another one. What are you? Oh, you're a good one. But you're in a bad spot. You're underneath the boat. Come on, come on. Oh, you're facing the wrong way. I'm gonna lose you, aren't I? I'm gonna lose you, aren't I? Turn this way, turn this way. And boom! Let's get a thumbs up in the chat. We got the biggest one of the day. We got her. We landed it. That's a good, healthy looking fish right there. Come on, guys. Let's get them likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Look at that. That's a mean looking walleye. We got the big old sharp dorsal fin. Say hello. Say hello to my little friend. Look at them teeth. Oh, come on. I can't really show you guys his mouth. Can you see the teeth? The camera's having a hard time focusing. Look at them teeth. There we go. Okay. We're going to measure him up and see how big he is. Okay. He's not even a giant. He's about 16 and a quarter. He's not even that big, but he's good eating. He's bigger than the smallest one. So there we go, guys. We got a fish in the chat. And J-Cap says, what lake, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, sorry, I'm going to catch up with you guys. Nobody to save you if you drown. That is true. And how do you get service, bruh? There is a one cellular tower, and it actually is across the lake from me, so I get service that way. Okay. What lake, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry, I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the far north in Canada. I don't like telling what lake I live on. There's nobody else that lives on it. I'm by myself out here, but if you were to find it on a map, you'd be able to find me because I'm the only guy here. So a little bit of privacy. And hello, guys. We got the fish be fishing. He just spit out his dinner. He just spit out a minnow at me. What is the temp there? It's about 22 degrees right now, Celsius. So about, what would that be? About 75, 76 Fahrenheit? Yes, we got to put one fish back. So let's pull up the string. Oh boy, let's try not to drop you guys. Okay, so we're going to pull the stringer up and we're going to trade the smallest guy. We're going to get rid of the smallest one. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to set this guy in the net so we don't lose him. This is, I think this guy's the smallest. So let's trade him. Now I gotta unhook them all basically because I've been feeding this through all their mouths. This is just a rope stringer. Normally you get the ones with separate hooks, so it's easy to trade fish. This is just the stringer I had on me down here at the water, so we gotta untangle it and pull it through one by one. Okay, so we're keeping this one. So we'll set him in the net. In fact, I think we're gonna be done fishing here. So we can undo them all and just, this is the smallest. So you're going in the net. And you, friend, get to live another day to get bigger. Okay, this guy, it's his lucky day. Let's catch the release. Okay, can you guys see? I think you guys can see. Gone is the wind. straight to the bottom of the lake. Oh boy. Okay, we're doing okay here. Let's not drop this guy. Okay. Two, three, four. Set our hook down. Put our stringer away. And nothing else here I'm gonna lose. Well, guys, there's our 4 fish. I'll take it. I got rid of the smallest one. That feels better. Bye-bye fishy. Imagine waiting to be cooked, then you free all of the sudden. Yes, that's gotta be a good feeling to live another day. He'll be harder to catch when he's bigger, assuming he doesn't get eaten by a pike or a bird. And do you have plans for Memorial Day? Well, I'm up here in Northern Canada, so we just had our long weekend last weekend. We actually don't have a Memorial Day. We had a Victoria Day, but no Memorial Day. We still belong to the Queen. And Bob says, tiny sauger. Yeah, up here, so there is a difference between sauger and walleye, but they're the same limit because they're so similar. So we call them all walleye up here. And last week was 20 degrees. The Queen's dead. Okay, we follow the King. The King's Day. That's fair. I'm off grid. I live in the middle of nowhere. I don't follow too much of anything. So, guys, I need to know, is filleting the walleye on live stream a good idea or a bad idea? I know it doesn't break any terms and conditions. Is it something you guys want to see or not see? I could do it while the camera's not facing the fish, or I could do it facing the fish. Up to you guys. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? I do need to get I need to fillet them so that they're ready to eat. It says a good idea. Well, hello. I think my knife is actually in my truck. We'll do it. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do this more humanely. I don't like cutting into a live fish because I feel like it's just a little too cruel. I need to grab a rag to wipe down my table here. So there's 2 ways to do this with walleye specifically. You can bump them over the head with a thumper stick and that kills them. You break their brain. Or you can snap their neck, sever their spine. That kills them too. I don't like cutting into them while they're still alive. Some people do, but I just feel it feels a little mean to me. So let me grab my wash bucket so that I can rinse down the table. I don't want to do it in the house. We're going to do it outside. I'll set these down and hopefully Lily can come and find them. Okay. Let's get a rag. We're going to clean up these walleye live on camera. These are actually the first fish I caught this year. So I have cleaned thousands of walleye. This is not my first rodeo, but if I'm a little rusty, I apologize because I didn't go ice fishing, so I didn't catch any over the winter. We are in the house. I want to grab a bowl. Need a bowl just to put some clean water in. And a rag. And let's go clean these walleye. It's a really quick and easy process. I have done literally thousands of them. But yeah. I never do keep the bones. I never do keep the bones for bone stock. Okay, we got our fishies here. Okay, let's go over to our table. Let's clean us up some fish. How hard do you hit them for them to die? The harder the better. You don't have to He-Man them so their head goes flying off, but you want to make sure they're dead. Okay, let's get this set up in a way that I can show you what we're doing. Remove this tractor part from the table. Okay. We're gonna set you guys up like so. So I just want to wipe the table down first so it's clean. I have a cutting board somewhere in the garage, but rather than looking for it, let's just get her done. Okay, a little bit of rust on the table, never killed anyone. Okay, wipe the table down. Now we've got our walleye here. So you got two options. One would be to give them a nice solid thump on the back of the head, not with your knife, but with a stick. The third option, just cut into him while he's alive. I don't like doing that. The fourth option is to break his neck. So what you would do is you'd put your thumb on the back of his head, like the back of his head here, grab underneath his gills, and you just bend. I'm not gonna do it on live stream. I'm gonna do it just off the camera. And then they are gonna still move a bit. That's their nerves. But we're just gonna step over here, fold his head back, and there. Now he might flop a bit because they're nerves. So his neck is broken, he's dead. He might flop, he's dead. It's just, there's gonna be nerves firing, which could make him react. But he is very much so dead right now. And so now, what we're gonna do, is this a good angle, guys? Can you guys see what we're doing? So now what we do is we lift the dorsal fin, these two side fins, lift them out of your way, take your knife, and you're gonna make a diagonal cut on like a 45-degree angle. Closer to a 90, 70-degree angle. So you cut down, and then once you hit the spine, you're gonna feel it's solid. So you got a nice solid chunk there. We're gonna turn the blade 90 degrees and we're gonna ride along that, trying to put a slight angle so that we're riding along the bones. We don't wanna cut through the spine, but we wanna ride along it, ride along it to get the most meat. And so I just put my fingers here to give some back pressure. And this first part of the cut, you're going through the ribs. So there's a bit of resistance. And then once you're through the ribs, just keep that downward angle. And then I don't take it off the tail. I now flip this over and you can see we got all the meat off of there. We're gonna flip it over to the other side too. But what I do here, now that this is here, I take my blade, I put it on the down here at the meat on the tail, and I do a diagonal cut. I just get down to the skin, and then I don't use the knife to cut through. I actually shimmy the fish back. So I'm going to just take the fish and shimmy it back. I've got my knife on a kind of downward angle, and there's the skin. So no meat left on the skin. Now there's this set of ribs here we got to deal with. So now we just take this rib plate here. Some people will do a little cut and then peel it off. I find I lose too much meat when I do that. So I just do a little bit. Again, you can feel the ribs. They're right here. They're just a shallow line here. So you get your knife and you try to cut under them. The sharper your knife, the better. Get all the way under. And then you want to just try to stay up and under those ribs. And then this is all bones, so we're just going to set that aside as waste. One more bone here, guys. Hi, Mike, how you doing? This is called the Y bone. So where the ribs connected, right here, there's one bone. So you just feel the meat, feel that bone, put your knife on one side of it, and just cut down along it. And then you go to the other side of it. Cut down along it. Come on. There we go. So now, this, we just give it one more feel. This is boneless. So this is now a boneless fillet. Looks like this. A boneless fillet, boneless fillet. So we're gonna set that aside, do the other side. So we've got her flipped over. We just cut down. We're gonna come across through those ribs. It's a little bit of resistance at first here. Get through the ribs. Once you're through them, just stay on a downward angle here. I flip the meat over. Chris says hi. Hi, Chris. And we're just going to, now, I did one thing here I gotta show you. Oh boy. Okay. So now, you got a paper thin, virtually no meat left on there, just bones. This is all bones down the middle. If it was a bigger fish, you can actually harvest the cheeks, and these are called the wings. So there's actually meat right here, meat and bones. So you can cut this off here. These are smaller fish, there's not much meat here. I'm really just gonna dull my knife doing this, but whatever. So this right here, you can fry that up, and you could actually eat that with the skin on, but what you do with this is, because there's the big bones from the fins, you just hold it like this, bite and pull the meat off after you cook it, unless you're savage. So that's the wings. Oh, I want that on the keeper side. And then if this was a bigger fish, you could actually harvest the cheeks. There's not gonna be much meat on this guy because he wasn't very big. So you just cut in around the cheeks. Because he's so small, I'm more likely to cut myself than to harvest any meat, but you can see that there is some meat there, right there. This guy's too small, so we're not gonna keep it. And Blackout says, I have to go, might be back on your live later. I have to go move some heavy stuff. Well, you take care, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. We now have to finish this one. The one thing I want to say is, if when you're doing the fillet, getting it off, and you accidentally catch the back fin like this, there's bones right here, so you got to cut those bones out. So we're going to go on our 45-degree angle underneath these ribs. Get underneath the ribs on a nice shallow angle once you're in there. Try to make sure we get through that. Because I got that there. There we go. And did you just ask if it was supposed to be pink? 1 second, I'll look up in a second and see what we're saying. Walleye is a really nice smelling fish. The meat smells very good. Okay, there we go. Let's wash our hands because we're a little bloody after that. Okay, let's angle this camera up a little bit. So, no, walleye is a white meat. So I don't know if you can see, but it's just a white meat here. So that's one done, 4 more to go. Yes, we are cleaning up some walleye. We did some, wow. Okay, so like I said, I don't want to show you guys on camera, but I just broke that guy's neck. That's one way to kill it. The other way is to thump it over the head, right behind the eyes. kill its brain. I'm just gonna break its neck, but we ain't doing it on screen because someone's gonna report me. So we are going to do it behind the scenes here. And I'm getting asked, cook the fish on a fire? Nah, we're gonna do it inside on the stove. So we're just gonna break his neck. Make sure she is adequately broked. Give it a second to stop twitching if it's gonna twitch. Now, if it moves, it's already dead. Don't be scared, guys. It is a dead fish. So now we are going to do this again. So let's angle this up even higher so I don't have to bend over to see you guys. But you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. I haven't been here long, but I looked like trout, which is a white meat fish. Yes, no, this is these are walleyes. And now I know how to harvest the fish. It's not that hard. Don't be too intimidated. And what I do is, even though these are all boneless fillets now, I still, when you bring them inside, give them a wash. Wash them in cold water, get any of the leftover blood off, and feel them. Feel for any leftover bones, cut them out if you missed any. And then we fry them up. So let's do this one. So we cut it down the neck. We're gonna turn our knife. Again, this cut, there's a bit of resistance because we gotta go through the ribs. And we wanna try not to go through the spine. And we cut down along the spine. And if you end up on the other side of a dorsal fin, just remember there's bones there, you gotta cut those out. And so you end up like that. We're gonna flip it over. Let's do the other side at the same time here this time. Flip it over, cut it. Gotta get through the ribs without losing too much meat. We are on the whole other side of the belly here. Oh boy, we missed a little bit of meat there, but you end up with that. Now, again, this is the trick. Instead of trying to cut the skin off, just put your knife down on the table, get it started, and then don't cut with the knife, pull the fish out. So just shimmy it, shimmy the fish. We've got to go through that. So I'm not actually cutting the skin off per se, I'm more pulling the fish off, and you end up with no meat left on. Flip it over, do the same thing. And do you seldom spend money? You seldom spend money at the meat market? Yeah, we actually, I haven't had to go buy meat from a grocery store pretty well in a year almost. We harvest all our own meat and make trades with people, make deals and stuff, trade animals for meat and butcher. And so life is good that way. Okay, so now we got this and this. Again, we can save the wings off of here as well. There's a big hunk of meat right there. So we're just gonna hold that up. Cut down, cut through the neck there, cut across. And there, that is also edible meat. Just watch, there is a bone in that. And that is our guts. We're gonna lose a fish on the ground here. Okay, we still gotta get the ribs out of these ones, so let's do that quick. And do you think Avril Lavigne knows how to fillet a walleye? I don't know, but she was a skater girl. She said, "See you later, girl." Okay. You probably also shouldn't cut towards your hands. Yeah, no. So we get that. Now we got to take the Y bone out. Okay, come on. Come on, little fishy. Tip of my knife is a little dull. Give her a little feel, set the meat aside. And one more over here. It's really not a hard process. Walleye are a very easy fish to clean. Obviously, like anything, you could get better at it. The bigger the fish, the easier it is. I find these little guys are a little bit tricky. I barely left any meat on that side, so we're just going to lose that whole chunk. That's fine. And again, I got the dorsal fin there. I got to get rid of those bones. Nobody got time to choke on bones. Okay. Yes, sorry, I'll angle it down towards the table. Let's get, it was just hard to read the chat. So, this is a bigger one. This guy's here's a good one. So again, you could either whack him over the head behind the eyes right here with a stick, like, you know, the handle of a hammer or something, or with a walleye, you could put your thumb on the top end and break their neck backwards. I'm gonna do that off screen. Now he's dead. So what we're gonna do next, lift their dorsal fins, wash our hands because they're a little slimy. Lift their fins, and we're gonna cut down towards the spine underneath their fins. And then we're gonna turn the knife sideways. This first cut has some resistance because we gotta go through the ribs. So it's gonna feel like it's click, 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 click. And then once we're through, keep your knife blade down along the spine, right along to the tail. I don't take it off. Flip it over. I'll show you why in a second. Cut through, turn your knife, cut through those ribs. Keep your knife angled down. Okay, this is why I leave it on. When I flip it over, I have something to hold on to. So I can hold on to the tail here, and then to get the skin off, we're just gonna shimmy the fish out. Keep your knife down, and we get all the meat off. So much easier than trying to cut the skin off the fillet. Just shimmy the fish out. And we do the other side. So again, we're just gonna shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy yay, shimmy yo. Like that, we have no meat left on the skin. Now, there's one more thing. Let's separate the belly out here. Let's get rid of that. These are the wings right here. We call them the wings. So we're gonna cut the wings off underneath the jaw, back up. This is all meat. There is a bone in here. So the way you deal with this one, you're gonna fry it up, and then you're just gonna bite it and pull the meat off. Because there is there's a plate bone in there right here, and then where these fins go in, those bones meet. So this is just kind of like a bite and pull. Now there's cheeks on this guy. This guy's a little bigger. I think we can harvest the cheeks off of this one. So the cheeks are right here. So what you do, I tend to cut myself doing this. You're gonna poke your knife in to that cheek plate, carve out that cheek if you can. And then you're gonna flip that up. And then, there you go. We got a little fillet of meat off the cheek. It's not much, but it's something. We call that the appetizer. The bigger the fish, the bigger the cheek. This is not a very fat fish, so not a very fat cheek. Try not to cut yourself. And flip it over. and take the cheek. And this is garbage. Okay, we're not done yet. Yes, I have done thousands of these. So now we got the ribs. I'm gonna go down on the other side of the ribs. Gonna cut through the Y bone. And just nice and slow, take your time, peel back the meat, get rid of that, and you're left with this. But there's still one more bone right here. You can feel it with your finger. So we're gonna find it, we're gonna follow it, it ends right there, and we're gonna cut down along the side of it, and then down around the other side of it. Got one little piece of rib right there we missed. Get rid of that. Let's separate this. And there's a little bit of bone right at the top here from the dorsal fin because I cut a little bit too far back, so we got to cut that out. Okay, and you end up with this boneless fillet. The reason we call it a Y bone, you end up with a Y. The Y bone. What is the noise in the background? Well, let me go turn that off. That's the generator. Let me go turn that off. 1 second. Okay. Oh. So I'm gonna finish this one up while talking to you guys. I live off grid. Welcome to my off-grid homestead. Oh boy, that's a garage. I live off grid, and so to keep the egg incubator going, to keep the freezers going, the fridges going, I have solar, but it doesn't always keep up with the demand, and so every few days I got to run the generator just to recharge the batteries for my off-grid house. So that rumbly bumbly noise was my generator running in the background in the garage. Sorry if that was annoying. You kind of forget about it when you live with it every day. And so I was kind of tuning it out. Does anyone have any questions, any concerns? I think I've covered this process pretty well now. It's not that hard. What? I think I accidentally set the generator to on. It's trying to start. I gotta go flip it off to auto. Okay, sorry, that was my bad. I'm back. And then, did I go? No dorsal fin bones on this one. Okay, nice meaty fillet right here. Voila a la walleye. Set it aside. We got one last one to do. Okay, I'll angle you guys down. I'm all hunched over. This table's a little too low. We'll angle this down and we'll finish this one up. We'll bring them inside and we'll rinse the meat. Gotta remember to kill them because I don't like cutting into them live. So I break their neck, set them back, and we just go to town here. So we're just gonna fillet him. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring these inside. Once I do this last fish here, we're just gonna do it quick. And then I accidentally went all the way through. I don't like doing that. It just makes it a little harder. So I like to stop just at the tail. That way I can flip it over, put the knife blade down, and then just, instead of trying to cut the skin off, we just shimmy it. And there we go. Now, this one, since I cut it off, we're just gonna start a little bit up and do the same thing. We're gonna sacrifice almost no meat, but a little bit, and do the same thing. Downward angle, shimmy it off. There's no meat left on that. Just a little piece of leather. Gotta go underneath the ribs and then through the Y bone. Get rid of that. Gotta take the Y bone out. There's a boneless fillet. Feel down the sides in case there was a dorsal fin that I missed. Nope. And last one, and then I'll catch up in the chat here in 1 second. Okay. Sorry. I'll talk to you guys in 1 second. I'm just trying to focus to finish this up, and then we're going to bring them inside and we're going to rinse them off. We'll get them ready for cooking. We're kind of cheating and sacrificing a little bit more meat there than I probably should have, but that's okay. Come on, you. Okay. And last thing is the wings. I'm gonna cut the belly off there. And let's take some fish wings. Like so. Okay, we have our harvest. Let's set the fish guts aside here. Let's wash our table down. Do I have catfish up here? No, I do not. The closest catfish, I have caught catfish. The closest spot I got with catfish is about 4 hours away from me. No catfish where I am. We'll come to a proper soap wash later. For now, this will do. Dump our water, throw our fillets in here, and we'll go wash them in the house. We do have to get rid of these fish guts, because if I don't, my dog is going to get into them for sure. So let's bring these back to the lake. Okay. Set the knife there. Let's wash our hand a little bit. Everything is a little trickier with a camera. Okay, so angle you guys up so I can see what we're doing. Let's try to hold you guys. We're gonna go set the bowl inside because we don't need any flies getting on that. And the fish fried. Fish is all in a bowl. I haven't fried it yet. I'm gonna wait till my wife and kids come home. We'll probably have it for supper. My wife and kids are out and about. They should be back in about a half hour, maybe an hour tops. But we're gonna save the fish for them. Okay, but we're gonna set you guys down so I can set the bowl inside the. Oh no! I'll pick you guys up in a second. I dropped you. Ugh. And we're back. Sorry guys, I dropped the phone. You guys went for a ride. Now we're gonna go get rid of the fish guts. I'm just gonna huck them over the bank, not where I swim. Let's debating where I should go. Should I go? Let's go, where's quicker? I think we'll just go down here. Do you ever eat bone in? I know I have. Have I ever eat a bone? Like ever ate a bone or ate the fish bone in? What do you mean by bone in? Oh boy. I am all over the place here, guys. Ugh. I went to tighten the tripod and I unscrewed it. I went the wrong way, lefty loosey, righty tighty. I dropped you guys. Okay, there we go. Have I ever eaten a fish bone? I have had fish bones, usually other people though. I am so particular when I clean walleye, and I've done so many of them that I never leave a bone in them. As far as cooking them bone in, I've never done that with a walleye. There's just too many little bones. I have done that with trout. That's how I cook my trout, because the bones are bigger, thicker, so the meat slides right off of them. With walleye, I find the bones come off with the meat. Oh, you want to see what bait and lure I was using? I'll show you. This was hilarious. This was nothing special today. We caught 10 fish. I lost 5 of them, mind you, but I was using a barbless lure. I'll show you what I was using. Just this guy right here. I was just using a fake bait, just a yellow wiggly worm with a barbless hook. I actually cut the barb off of that, so just a barbless hook. Barbless hook on a wiggly worm. Nothing special here. We caught 10 of them. Now, the key to my great success is that I'm fishing on a lake with no other people. Get rid of them guts. We'll set the net down. We'll pick my jacket up since I just left it by the dock. Make sure I'm not dropping things. Okay. Now we're gonna go wash up this fish. Get it ready for the fridge. Yes, sorry, Mike. Did that answer you, Mike? So that's all we were using. Just a fake bait, wiggly worm. And yeah, just a barbless hook. The barbless hook, I use a bit of everything. I like Rapalas. I tend to do pretty good on Rapalas, but I was just using a jig and a wiggly worm, casting and retrieving. My lake here is quiet, so the fishing is always good. I've had people drive down my property and ask if they could launch their boats at my boat launch, and I tell them no. There's a reason I spent all the money to live out here and they didn't. And I don't want to give them access to my lake through my property. What do you think? Is that selfish? Is that shellfish of me? Okay. Whew, we are in the house. Ma says, yep, that's selfish. Unless that's not what you're saying yup for. Okay, set you guys high. And you know what I need to do before I rinse these? I'll show you how I rinse them. I need to go grab my phone charger because we are almost dead. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Holy man. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna go grab a charger. We are back. Welcome to my off-grid homestead. It's fair, but a little selfish. Yeah, but I agree. But the thing is, like, it did cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars to live out here, and I'm the only guy with a launch, so I could charge people to launch. That is a thing. I could charge a little extra, have people use my launch, but I just like the privacy. I don't want people trying to come in here all the time and use my property. There's so many lakes out here, they can go to a different lake. Plus it keeps the privacy for my family, my wife, my kids. We don't have to worry about people coming down the driveway when my kids are home and I'm not here. Yeah, so let's see, how do I do this? Basically, while I'm rinsing this, I'm giving it a good feel over. I'm just kind of massaging the meat, so to say, feeling for any bones I might have missed. The areas that there were bones, the Y bone, the ribs, top, bottom, those are the spots you gotta check. The fat of it, the middle of it is fine. So just give it a quick feel, give it a rinse so that it's nice and clean, and then just take a plate, set her down. This is the wings. So the wings, of course, have bones in them. Not worried about that, but we're just gonna give it a rinse. And yeah, that would be a headache. Well, yeah, you know, privacy concern for the wife and kids. I've had people try it, but they don't need strangers rolling in the driveway. Okay, same thing. Give it a rinse. Give it a feel for any bones that you could have missed. Right in the top of the Y, right along the Y, along the top, along the bottom. You'll feel it if you miss the bones. You'll feel them. And because I feed my wife and the kids all this fish I caught, I definitely make sure to check it over for bones, because I don't need my 2-year-old choking on fish bones. We live like an hour from a hospital and I don't feel like dealing with that. So we just make sure it's all extra safe, extra good. If we got to cut a little extra meat off just to make sure there's no bones, then that's what we do. Mike says, I live in Florida, so finding a body of water that hasn't been taken advantage of, it takes a small trip to get to. Having that in your backyard, of course, wouldn't want people ruining that. Exactly. And I mean, every once in a while, there's one other lake that connects to my lake, and people can access that one. Every once in a while, you'll find someone who finds their way into my lake, and they always are so nosy, and they'll pull their boats right up towards my house, right up to my dock. You can see them taking pictures and checking things out, and it's like, okay, that's fine. I got an exciting property and stuff, but I have wife and kids, and you know, I don't need you guys taking pictures of my property, trying to see what's going on out here. We like to keep it private. So, like I said, we're just going through this. Give it a rinse. Give it a feel for any bones. So far, so good. Although I thought I felt one piece that had bones earlier in there still, so we'll see. Grab the next one and do the same thing. Rinse, literally, and repeat. Feels good, though, that we caught our limit there in quick time, and then we were able to just keep fishing. Right here, okay? So, again, this is the Y bone. Or this is the part where the ribs were. So I can feel there's one rib right here that I missed. I'm just going to tear that off and set it aside to throw it out. Where do I want to set you? I'll just turn around and throw it right out. So there was one bone. So I did get one bone. I wasn't perfect out there. But then you just give it a feel. Do you have chickens or any farm animals? Ma, I have tons of farm animals out here. I have goats, rabbits, pigs, cows, ducks. I'm currently hatching 30 ducks right beside me. I'll show you that. I'll show you that right now. Let me just rinse my hands, and I'll show you the 30 ducks that are being hatched in the incubator. I think we are on day, I don't know, has it been 2 weeks already? We're on day like 12. I think we're on day 12 of hatching the eggs. I have it written down. But right here is my incubator. And I've got the duck eggs in there, as you can see. So these are all the duck eggs. I had 41 of them in here, but only 30 of the 41 were fertilized. And so, yeah, we're going to have 30 ducks there. And I've also got another 18 of them coming in 2 weeks that I bought. So I figured, A, diversify the gene pool by getting separate breed of ducks. And then also, in case my eggs weren't fertilized, I figured buy some as a backup. But we're hatching a bunch and then buying a bunch. So we'll have about 48, if all, well, let's just say there's a couple of these that aren't viable and don't hatch. Then we are going to have about 45 ducks this year. I'm hoping to be left with at least half of that as layers, so I could have about 24 laying ducks. Okay. We are almost done going over all of our harvest here, our bounty. And then I'll show off the plate of meat, that 4 walleye get. Now, these weren't giants. They were all in that 14 to 17 inch range. They're all really good eating. It's a good size. Just the wings left. And family in Aquay on my dad's side. Okay, is that it? Oh, wait, I got a cheek. There should be another cheek in here, unless I already grabbed it. It might already be on the plate. Okay, so this is a dinner plate, full-size dinner plate. And there's our harvest. There is our fish. So fresh caught off the lake. We will just dab it with some paper towel and put it in the fridge, and we'll eat it for supper. Put a piece of paper towel over top. Set her in the fridge just like that. There we go, guys. Let's wash our hands. So, that was a fun morning. We milked a goat, fed the pigs, fed the rabbits, gave everyone water. We went fishing. We caught 5. We lost 5. We just filleted the 4 that we kept. And yeah, I think now it's time to chill a little bit. And maybe I'll sit down and we can have a little chit chat. See if you guys have any questions about what we're doing and what's going on, and maybe my life, my history, anything you guys want to know. Let's bring the phone charger down over that away. Maybe I could use a drink. Should I drink? Okay. You guys tell me, should I drink birch water, harvested from birch trees, goat's milk, or coffee? What should I drink? Because I'm thirsty. Should I be drinking coffee, goat's milk, or birch water? I've got lots of each in the, well, not lots of coffee in the fridge, but I can make coffee. It's a quiet chat. Nobody wants me to... Chris is asking, Ma says fresh goat's milk, and Chris says, you ever poop outside? Yes, I have an outhouse out there, but there's been times when you are out in the middle of nowhere, bushwhacking, hunting, hiking, exploring, and if nature calls, you just got to do what you got to do. Oh. Larry says coffee, Ma says fresh goat's milk. Let's grab a glass of fresh goat's milk and let's get a coffee going. We can do both. We'll turn on the kettle. So I live off grid. I do heat my house with wood stove over there, but right now, and let's see in the fridge here, we got a whole whack of goat milk. Let's grab the easy to go one. Here's the custom bathroom I just finished making. So we're gonna grab a glass of goat's milk. I do have backup propane. I try not to use it because it's hella expensive, but it's not so bad. It's expensive to use to heat the house, but not bad on the wood on the oven. It doesn't use a lot. In the winter, when I have the when I have the wood stove going, I make all my coffee off the wood stove. I just keep the kettle on there, keep it nice and hot always. But right now it's too hot outside to start a fire, so we're just gonna have a fresh glass of goat's milk, followed by a coffee. So this is unpasteurized, home harvested goat's milk. And how long will the goat's milk keep in the fridge? So the goat's milk will stay good in the fridge for about 5 to 7 days. If I pasteurized it, so boiling it, if I pasteurized it, we could get about 10 to 14 days. But we drink it so fast that we don't bother pasteurizing it. I make sure when I harvest it that my buckets are clean. I use betadine to clean the udders. I make sure it's a super sterile process so that the milk is nice and fresh. Unfortunately, this morning when I was harvesting the milk, my goat stepped in the bucket because I was live streaming. I wasn't paying as much attention. And so I had to give that one to the pigs. Because if their foot gets in it, their foot is in the farm fields. The farm fields has bacteria. The bacteria gets in the milk. You get sick. So this is not that batch. James, I'm making coffee right now. We'll get it going. There you go. My cow is making a ruckus out there. I think she wants treats. I'm thinking she's wanting some treats right now. The goats are all just chilling. The barn is in rough shape, but that's because it was a building that I had on another property that I was going to tear down because it was falling down. And so I looked at it. The foundation was garbage, but the walls and roof were good. So I cut it into several pieces, cut the foundation off, took off the bottom 6 inches, and then I brought it here and I rebuilt it. I got to reside it still, so it looks rough, but it's going to be nice. Yes, actually, there's more to that story because I was going to feed the milk to the goats, but I set the bull down to do some other stuff and my dog got it. So my dog got that batch of goat's milk. Normally I'll feed it to the pigs. But yeah, the goat's milk is super good. Tastes just like cow's milk. It's a little creamier. The goats that I have, the main one I'm milking right now, she is a Nubian Nigerian dwarf mix. And so she is a Nubian goat mixed with a Nigerian dwarf goat. A Nubian goat is bred for its large milk supply. So for having lots of milk. And then the Nigerian dwarf is bred for having creamy milk. So the milk is closer to like a 10% cream. So it's super creamy, super tasty, high in nutrition and fat. And we got the phone plugged back in. We have been streaming for 178 minutes. This has been a long stream. And so the phone is low. But while I enjoy some goat's milk and then coffee, do you guys have any questions about anything? What do I think about this lifestyle? So some context, I did live in a city before. I moved here 1.5 years ago. So for most of my life, I have lived in cities. I did not grow up on a homestead. I did not grow up on a farm. I certainly did not grow up off-grid. I did, however, spend every weekend of my childhood camping with my parents. So we spent a lot of time fishing, a lot of time hunting, a lot of time outdoors. So that part of this lifestyle is not new to me. And it was the best part, greatest part of being a child, being able to go hunting with the family. So this transition has been fairly easy. I already didn't watch a lot of TV. So coming out here, living off grid, not having a TV, not watching TV isn't that bad. I obviously have a phone and I have Starlink. So I can interact with you guys in live stream. I can watch videos on my phone if I want. But I don't spend a lot of time doing that. So instead of spending time on Netflix and YouTube, as far as watching stuff, I'm just out here milking goats and hanging out with the animals and taking care of it. And it's a lot of fun. Would you rather watch a tree grow? Hey, Wild Sports. None of that stuff. None of those shenanigans. We ain't playing them shenanigans. But speaking of trees growing, um, I have 10 apple trees that I just planted. I need to finish doing the fence for the orchard, but we are growing an apple orchard. And this is goat's milk. Freshly harvested on the homestead. Some goat milk. We're going to have some coffee here shortly, but I like my coffee black. So we'll drink the goat's milk and we'll follow it up with a black coffee. The goat milker. That was how this live stream started. I was started by milking the goats. The kettle is ready already. Okay. Let's slam some coffee. Yes. Okay. Let's get some water. Let's pour the kettle water in. And the dog pack says, do some push-ups, bro. We're spilling. Looking weak AF. Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm feeling strong. It's all about how you feel. Yeah, I do go to the gym when I can. I live off grid. I live in the middle of nowhere. And so to get to a gym is not that easy. I do work in a town. It's about an hour away from me. And so when I'm at work, I'll go to the gym, but not when I'm at the homestead. Instead, we're lifting hay bales, we're lifting goats, we're wrestling with pigs. We are doing all that fun stuff. Ma says he does so much work, he doesn't need to work out. Thank you, Ma. See, I am also a grown adult, the dog pack. I am a grown man. So I don't have any issues with any chirps. Let them trolls be trolls. The Dog Pack channel. That sounds like you have your own your own YouTube channel, the Dog Pack. What kind of content do you make on your channel? Is it workout content? Are you swole? Are you jacked? What kind of content does the Dog Pack channel make? And the Dog Pack, if you ain't jacked, that's going to be embarrassing for you. So I'm hoping that you are a gym buff, you're looking swole, and you have a YouTube channel where you show off them big old muscles. Okay, we just did some instant coffee because we're cheating. It's easier than grabbing the grinder and grinding beans. So then we can sit down and enjoy our coffee. Or I can close you in the cupboard. Anyone have any other questions? Anything you want to talk about? Born and raised in the city, but I could get with this program. How often do you have chores, maintenance of the property that is necessary? Every day. Every day. So there's daily chores, daily responsibility. Because I have animals, right? So I've got rabbits. I've got ducks, cows, pigs, goats. So I've got to stay on top of mucking the barn. I try to muck the barn every day or two, just to keep it clean. The rabbit pen I'll do every like 3 or 4th day. Try to put a fresh straw bale in there and muck it out. Every day in the morning and evenings. It doesn't take long, about a half hour, and I can top up everybody's food and water. So a half hour in the morning and a half hour in the evening to top up everyone's food and water. The goats and cow, I have an automatic waterer I installed. So they have 24 access to water. But the other animals, you got to make sure you're bringing it out to them. I'm still in the development cycle. So I've had this property for a year and a half. I've fully gutted and rebuilt this house. And so that's taken a lot of time. While doing that, I've been getting the animals and raising them. So during that process, I'm constantly building fencing, building barns, building storage sheds. So it never stops. Once all the infrastructure is settled down, basically the responsibility boils down to about an hour of work a day, which is not bad. Currently, though, it's like I go to work, I leave here around 6 in the morning. So I get up around 5 in the morning. I do about a half hour of animal chores, then eat breakfast, go to work, leave here by 6 in the morning, go to work, and then work till about 5 o'clock. Come back, get home by about 6 o'clock, have supper, put the kids to bed. Usually it's about 7:30 by then. And then I usually do about 2.5 hours of work on the homestead in the evenings. So it's basically like 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. every day. Why do I look like that? Do I look better? There's a button. No. Now do I look better? There. Why do I look like that? There's a button on here underneath the camera button that says retouch, and I think maybe I clicked it. It's like some sort of makes me look pretty, gets rid of the blemishes and the wrinkles. I accidentally click it. So yeah, basically I'm going nonstop from 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. every day. Sometimes later. Lately, my wife and I have been pushing a couple 11 p.m. nights. Why do I have rabbits? You might not like hearing this, but rabbits are a good source of protein on a homestead. They're easy to raise. They reproduce lots, and they're reliable. Pretty well, if you put a male rabbit with your female rabbit, almost guaranteed you leave them a day, 28 days later, you have a litter of 8, 9, 10 rabbits. It takes like 2 months to raise them. Well, I let my rabbits live in colony style. I don't let them live full-time in cages. And so they don't get as fat as fast because I let them run around and play. So it takes me about 2 months to get them up to about 5 pounds, and then you can butcher them for food. We do a lot of trading. We sell them, eat them. But yeah, they're a source of protein, and they're easy to raise, hardy homestead animal. James asked if I like catfish. I've never actually eaten catfish. There's no catfish in my area, and so you got to travel pretty far to catch them. The ones that I have caught have been near a city, and I don't like eating them out of city rivers, just because they're a bottom feeder. Don't you feel bad for the rabbits when you butcher them? I think that it's healthy to feel some guilt or some remorse when you butcher an animal. I'm a hunter and a fisher, and so do I feel bad? A little bit, yeah. Do I feel bad enough that I wouldn't eat them? No, I'm not a vegan. I do think it's good to take responsibility for the food you're going to eat. So killing it myself, butchering it myself, eating it myself. I feel it feels bad to end a life that you raised, that you took care of and you raised, but it doesn't feel bad in the sense that the purpose of them was for food. They were bred for food, they were raised for food, and then I'm able to feed my family and my friends. So yeah, I think if you don't feel a little bit of guilt or a little bit bad when you end a life, you shouldn't be doing it. It shouldn't be something that is that comfortable. Are you 1/16th Cherokee? Is this going to be a joke? No, I'm not. I am Italian. And I look extra scraggly because I didn't do anything with my beard today. I just woke up and, got my day started. So I'm looking extra scraggly. Oh, glory. Welcome back to the chat. Where are you from? I'm in northern Canada, dog pack. Up here in northern Canada. I'm in the far north. I live off-grid. I've got 156 acres. It's a homestead. I've got my cows, my rabbits, my goats, my pigs, all that fun stuff. And I feel like if eating other animals is okay, then rabbits is okay too. And they taste really good. Wild hare, so what you would catch if you were hunting in the forest, is not the same species as a homesteaded rabbit. They actually can't breed together. Like if you put them together, they're not the same animal. A hare and a rabbit are not the same. Hare in the wild is very lean. It spends its whole life running because it's prey animal to almost everything. So it spends its whole life running. It's super lean. The protein is super tough. I find that when I eat wild hare, I have to saute it in pasta sauce. I need to basically slow cook it in a sauce, and then it's just easy protein, but it doesn't taste good. Homestead rabbit, because they're bred to gain weight faster and they're bigger. It's like
eaten the dark meat on a turkey, the entire thing. They are delicious. It just that juicy, tender meat. It's fantastic. And yes, 156 acres. Boobity beebity bobbity googly. You're speaking my language. Yes, hello to you too, friend. Thank you for being so kind. Those are words of charity in my language. Ma says, but I wouldn't eat my rabbit. I have a New Zealand white rabbit too. He's been my friend for almost 1 year. He's cute. So what I do is I have my currently 3 breeding rabbits, my 2 females and my 1 male. Although I'm probably going to keep one of their babies and breed that one as well. But uh, those 3 are my pets. So those ones I don't eat. Those ones are for breeding. Those ones I take care of. So absolutely, like the way I do it with the homestead is all my breeding animals, my breeding stock, I treat them like my dog. I treat them like pets. I feed them. I give them treats. I give them pets. You know, groom them, cut their toenails, do all that stuff. Like take good care of them. So and we give them names. You know, we've got Snow, Fluffy, and Pangoro right now are the 3 rabbits. And so the ones that you don't plan to eat, you treat like pets and you name them. I think that's healthy and fine. Then the ones that you're going to eat, just don't name them. If they don't have a name, you don't feel bad. Once you name it, you can't eat it. Unless you name it something like pork chop and bacon and Wilbur, like my pigs. I don't feel bad naming my pigs after the different cuts. Pork chop, you know. Just ducks, just ducks. It gets really cold here. So up here in northern Canada, it gets to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Like so cold that your beard freezes solid, your eyes freeze shut. It gets nasty. And so chickens, people do raise chickens up here, but you have to have a heat lamp going nonstop in the winters because it's just too cold. And because I live off grid, that would be a lot of diesel to burn. The ducks are much hardier. So the ducks, they do way better in the cold. I just have to put a bunch of straw in there. They huddle together. I don't have to put a heat lamp in there. So I do ducks. When my grandson shot the bull after, he cried and cried, which is understandable. Like that's a good thing. Like that was a lot of emotion. So what James here is talking about is he's a cattle rancher, and one of his bulls ran him over and hurt him pretty bad. And his grandson shot the bull to save him. And so there is some remorse to be felt where it's like you shot the bull because he was going to hurt you or kill you. And you feel bad because the bull wasn't meant to be shot that day. There was no planning. So you feel sad. You feel overwhelmed because the moment was scary. And then you feel almost happy because you did something to save someone. So I do not blame him. That's a healthy thing for him to cry and cry. Scary moment for him, but at least it all worked out. I would not trust my 8-year-old with a gun. I am glad you can trust your 7-year-old with a gun. Name 1 pig breakfast, 1 lunch, 1 dinner, and 1 brunch, and 1 holiday ham. That's not a bad idea. So these pigs here that I have, they're Yorkshire pigs. The Yorkshires, they get big really fast. I got them when they were about 60 pounds. They're probably 70 to 80 pounds already after less than a month. They're going to get up to like 250, 300 by September when I plan to butcher them. And so, Sudesh, I am a straight man. I have a wife and 5 children, 5 boys, 5 sons. Sorry to disappoint. But yeah, that really threw my train of thought off. Old Glory says, I sold all of my cows when my bull died. We're talking about maybe using artificial insemination for my cow, my current cow, because she was too small to mate with my bull or my neighbor's bull. So we're thinking of using AI for her and then getting a Dexter bull, which is a mini cow, and using that for breeding our cattle. So we'll see. We'll see. We're talking to some farmers right now. And which breeds of rabbits do you raise for meat? So one of them is a New Zealand giant. She's white rabbit with the pink eyes. And then the other 2 are a mix. They are New Zealand giant New Zealand Giant Flemish Rex. It's a mix of 4. So they're designed to get huge. They get really big. And Sudesh says, "Why are you so feminine, sir?" One thing you missed, sir, is we just caught 4 walleye and we just filleted them on live stream. If you rewatch the live stream later, you're going to watch us fillet 4 fish. I think there ain't no thing more masculine than harvesting food for your family. And watching from Denmark. Hello, Denmark. We are up here in northern Canada. Richard says hi. Hello, Richard. And Old Glory says, "I bought a brand new 2025 Polaris 1000 side-by-side yesterday for $16K base model. Got my roof and windshield coming Tuesday. Just want to brag about my new toy." Old Glory, that is fantastic. Good for you, my friend. My wife and kids just got home. And so we are going to wrap this up. I want to go see them and spend time with them. I love you guys. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe if you haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you for subscribing. And we're going to end this stream on 196 minutes. This might have been our longest stream. It's up there. I'm going to let you guys go because I got to go see my family. Take care, guys. Have a good rest of your day.